And
So now he has an acute case of zombieism.
No, we got him when he was still in between. You know, we brought him back to his body, but it ended the curse.
Okay.
So then we met with one of the guys who works for Strahd, Rahadim, who was a real shitbag, and then
okay, in your yeah, in against your credit, you guys are being shitbags too.
What?
Everyone was being a shitbag.
Look, I don't think that me telling him to leave a funeral and stop asking for money was really being a bad thing to do.
He was just doing his job as extortionist of the.
Look, if he had done it like the next day, I wouldn't have said anything to him. But he's at the fucking funeral. But anyway,
so you want him to be a bureaucrat and have to sit there and slow down the process?
Yeah, basically. So we met him, found out that Strahd really doesn't think much of us, which wasn't a huge surprise. And then we went to the Shrieking Shack and found out that there really wasn't much going on there other than that the woman's 22-year-old daughter decided to go be a concubine for Strahd, as is normal in the town, apparently.
Yeah, makes sense.
So then we rested for the evening and started to make our way for Vallaki via covered wagon.
So we are Oregon trailing it.
Yes, we are. And we got stopped by... What's that?
Does anyone have dysentery yet?
Not yet, no. We're hoping
everybody increase their fluids.
But we got stopped by some gargoyle type things, and we murdered the hell out of them, and we're making our way through the map to the Seer Falls encampment to see if we can't, find out what's there or learn some information, shit like that.
Cool.
So, Jay, my question never got answered from last night. Does this background have too much red in it?
I don't know.
How much brown do you see?
There's the D, and then sort of that combination in the and.
Good, because those are pretty much brown.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actual brown. My dad just texted a little bit ago say he's going to be a little bit late, so I'm trying to find out how long.
Alright, I gotta go pee. I'll be right back.
Gross. So what's everybody think of the new logo?
So fancy.
All right, so here is your first map to the party, or first section, I should say, once I get text out.
Are you sending us the Seer Falls map?
Mm-hmm. Bloop.
We doop.
Yeah.
Yeah, but on the bright side, we have an official logo now.
Bad Penny.
Isn't that what is it? I forget what that shit's called.
I don't know where you put yours, Brad, but this one's just like
Copyright? Trademark?
Tacos?
Yeah, let's ask the lawyer. I'm sure he knows.
Woohoo! I got a map.
And then I'm not going to give you that map, because why would I give you a map of that?
Because my dad says it's probably going to be maybe 5 more minutes.
5 more minutes? That's okay.
Is
Too late. Tell him come back next week.
Tell them to eat
Fuck
it.
right up.
It booped.
And there is the second one.
Oh, nice.
All right, so I want everybody now to roll a D100.
D100.
So, Scott, for this you've got two 10-sided dice. One is 0 through 9. The other one is 00 through 90.
That's what that one's for.
So you roll them both, and if you roll a 00 and a 0, that's 100.
8.
I ran a 50 and a 5.
So you got a 55.
I still got to get my
Okay.
dice out, so.
I actually rolled a 000 in this.
Nice. Jay rolled 100. He wins.
Yes.
Tell him what he's won.
You guys all have to pay me 50. Story.
All right.
All right, I'll see you guys next week.
All right, so wait, what do I have to roll?
A D100.
I don't know how to do that.
10 in a percentile, which is the 10 that has double digits on it.
So 2 10s. 10 twice.
Basically.
Oh, that's a 12.
All right. I got a 74.
All right, so who got the highest?
Hold on, I still got to roll.
Did you get dice, Phil?
No, I'm just still on the phone.
Okay.
I got an 81.
All right. Thank God that you beat Phil on that, because it's your job to explain what happened last week.
Didn't I just do that?
Yeah, so.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, yeah, apparently, but I'm making Mike do it again.
Okay, well, then, so last week in our session, we decided to go help bury What's-His-Nuts' dead father, who was the leader of the town.
Good old Burgomaster, what's his nuts?
Yep. The priest dude was kind of Mr. Bitch Tits and whining and throwing a fit about how it's a cursed land and nothing can rest here. And our cleric man was like, hey, I'm cleric-y. I'm going to, make sure that doesn't happen. Turns out the priest was keeping his vampiric son chained up in the basement to a ball. It kind of sounds like a weird fetish, but hey, to each their own. So we ended up curing his son by jamming a stake into him from behind, with our super strong cleric Hagrid doing such, while Leovan, taunted him with a sack of blood, therefore paralyzing him. And
As one should do.
Hagrid ended up choking the vampiric son to death, and then brought him back to life, dumped a potion down his throat, and turns out that's how you cure vampirism. So we need a lot more potions and a lot more holy stakes, and we can cure this entire, realm. So we went outside to go check on how the burial of the, What's-His-Nuts, Captain What's-His-Nuts was going. The priest and them were taking care of that. A vampire elf showed up and tried to extort money at a funeral, which is kind of a dick move. Pretty much told him off, and Strahd said, hey, come to my house and I won't kill you. And we ended up...
First off, this is coming from the guys who just murdered somebody to save them.
If he's not dead, he's not murdered.
There's a time he got murdered.
He was very temporarily murdered.
No, it's like we stopped his heart to, reset it.
I'm
it's
not listening
medical
to
procedure.
Yeah, I'm not listening to ethics from people who murdered a fix their problem.
All right, what's the lawyer say? Did we actually murder him if he didn't die? Wouldn't it just be
I mean, did he technically die?
He did.
temporarily?
I'm pretty sure it's only actually murder if they're like,
Dead.
down for the count dead.
Does it count as murder because he wasn't human? I mean, he was not human. so
Also
it
a valid point.
Yeah.
So at worst, it's like animal cruelty.
You know what, Scott, I'm gonna head up to the Calvin. We're gonna debate this in small claims court. See what the judge says.
I guarantee they get thrown out in 30 seconds or
I was
less.
gonna say, I would love if they'd hear that case.
But
It's time in tabletop court. All rise for Judge Felsky.
we digress from recap.
Mm-hmm.
And then we ended up making our way to whatever the next town is to go see what's going on there and possibly get some reinforcements before we go check out Strahd's castle. On the way there, we took a detour into the woods near a river, got attacked by some gargoyles, and kind of murdered all of them.
Lucien asked if he knew how to quit you. It's this whole big deal.
Yep. Lots of stuff. And that's the recap.
All right. So we will go ahead and just bring Dan up to speed when he gets there. I need to go to the appropriate chapter first. That's not where I wanted to go. This is where I wanted to go. So the road gradually disappears. Where you guys are at is on the main map, if you have that.
Yep.
Out. This map is, you see that fork in the road where F is?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of going towards the southwestern patch, you going straight through the forest, you went through the northwest. And currently you guys are at the end of that road where that solid line becomes a dotted line. Alright? That's where you guys are at the moment. So that road gradually becomes lower quality, lower and lower quality. Eventually, the sort of paved stone becomes more dirt, and that dirt becomes less even, and then eventually comes a twisted, muddy path through the trees. Deep ruts in the earth are evidence of the comings and goings of wagons. The canopy of mist and branches, not like the fog that you had earlier, but it's more of a humidity sort of mist. And the branches suddenly gives way to a black clouds boiling far above. There's a clearing here next to a river that widens to form a lake several hundred feet across. 5 colorful round tents, each 10 feet diameter, are pitched outside a ring of 4 barrel-topped wagons. A much larger tent stands near the shore of the lake, with its sagging form lit from within. Near this tent, 8 unbridled horses drink water from the river. The mournful strains of an accordion clash with the singing of several brightly clad figures around the campfire. A footpath continues beyond the encampment, meandering north between the river and the forest's edge. Whoever would like to roll a perception check.
Sure.
Oh.
That is a 13.
Okay. You're the only one that rolled?
Yeah.
No,
So
I'm going to do
for
the
it.
same.
Okay.
15.
Oh, geez, this is... I got a 3 plus 3, so 6.
Okay.
Tony's perceptive today.
If it means that you can shoot your gun better.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys sit there and you see 9 individuals all sitting around the campfire. They are not being quiet at any stretch of the imagination. You hear sort of very loud but indecipherable speech just based off of your distance away at the moment. You see 3 or 4 more individuals who don't look like they've been drunk off their ass, just kind of keeping watch.
We should probably
Is it
talk.
still daytime? What time of day is it?
This is about 4:30 in the afternoon. Yeah.
Okay, so we're getting on towards evening a bit.
They apparently got day drunk.
Okay. Do they look anything like the Vistiani that we met in Barovia?
Roll perception.
That is going to be a 24.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So they're such Vistiani. All right, well then in that case then, I'll walk up to. Who's nearer, the guards or the drunkards?
The guards are surrounding the drunkards, but they all appear to be of the same regiment.
Okay, well, I mean, we know Vistiani to be neutral at worst, so let's join them. See if we can get a drink with them or something.
All right, so you guys are heading forward.
Yep.
Yeah, let's
Are you?
approach, make ourselves known to the guards. Don't make it look like we're sneaking or anything.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of walk up like I would normally walk.
All right, what's the order? Who's going first?
Lucien first.
Yeah, I'll take point.
Okay. And then
I want to make sure AS is out, and I want to be near the back tree line.
Okay, so you and AS will be taking up the rear. What about the other three?
I'm taking it up the rear.
I'll hang out in the middle.
Cool. And you, Leovan?
Next to Blink.
Okay. So you guys go in your little formation, and you come up, and the 9 drunken individuals don't even care about anything, but the 4 guards sit there, they look, they grab the hilts of their weapons, and they just kind of look at you and go, "Pardon me, but who are you?"
I'm Lucien, and these are my companions. We are currently on the road from Barovia, heading sort of northeast or northwest, and we saw your encampment and decided that it might make a good place to stop for a break.
How the hell did you see the encampment? We put ourselves tucked away for a reason.
Well, I mean, we saw a path and decided to go north, take the North Fork instead of the South Fork if we're trying to go north.
And
Oh, you did
fire is
see
a
it.
pretty good giveaway.
As are the 9 drunken idiots.
And that you're right next to the road.
Oh,
You
fair
might have to get some sneak expertise next time. Hi.
enough. Berlynn, roll intimidation.
All right.
Just do. It's fine. Kaden.
That is
Kaden, get back to art.
17.
Or you won't get to ride a bike or eat.
Yeah, you just sit there like, well, you got us there. We weren't really trying to hide from shit, so why don't you come on in and join us? Fire's warm. Food will warm you up too.
Well, thank you.
Let's take them up on that offer.
Yeah. Pull up a seat, grab a glass, drink
All right.
whatever it is they're drinking.
As you guys come near the fire, you come in towards, you're not sure if it's the beginning of a tale or halfway through one, but there's one of the shorter Vistiani is...
Oh, hey, Dad.
What up, Dan? Basically, all you need to know is that you guys got to the Vistiani encampment, successfully talked to the guards to let you in. Now you're drinking with them by a fire.
Awesome.
Yep. So, one of the Vistianis, this one, kind of disheveled brown beard that goes down to about his collarbone. Hair's braided in a really weird way. It makes him look like he should be playing soccer in Germany or something. Yeah, but he's sitting there and telling the story. He's like, a mighty wizard came to this land a number of years ago. I remember him like it was yesterday. Stood exactly where you're standing right now. He was a charismatic man, he was. Kind of like this one right here, and it's pointing to the rogues. He thought he could rally the people of Barovia against the Devil's Strahd. Stirred them with thoughts of revolt, and bore them into the castle en masse. When the vampire appeared, the wizard's peasant army, most of them fled in terror. A handful of them stood on the ground, and they were never seen again. The wizard and the vampire began to cast spells at each other. The battle flew from the courtyards of Ravenloft to a precipice overlooking the falls. I saw the battle with my own eyes. Thunder shook the mountainside, and with great rocks tumbled down by the wizard. Yet the magic that he had allowed him to survive. Lightning then from the heavens struck the wizard, and again he stood his ground. But when the Devil's Strahd fell upon him, not even the wizard's magic could save him. Saw him thrown 1,000 feet down to his death. I climbed down to the river to search for the wizard's body to see, if he had anything of value. He wasn't going to be using it anymore. But the river Ivalis had already speared him away. The problem is, I haven't been able to find any trace of him since. There's a couple of other individuals who are sitting there going, it's like, oh, that's a bullshit story. There's no way that's fucking true. 1,000 feet. All kind of sitting there talking about that. As you guys are having your drinks, I want everyone to roll a Constitution saving throw. if you chose to drink.
A 4.
A 4?
Oh, natural 20.
All right.
12.
13.
All right, so that means Lucien is the only one that needs to follow this direction. As you begin to drink, you begin to feel this sort of warm sensation that goes down your esophagus. But it's not like a regular alcohol that you can tell. This one is very, very potent.
Uh-huh.
It's like the equivalent of an entire day's worth of drinking at once. You're beginning to find that your face is going numb. Your fine motor control is starting to dip away, and you're beginning to slow your speech a little bit.
So he's the only one experiencing this?
Yes.
Can I make fun of him for being a lightweight?
How do you make fun of him? You can do whatever you want. Don't ask me for... I'll just tell you you're successful.
Oh, I remember my first beer.
I don't think this is beer.
You are getting outdrank by a gnome.
At this point, the Vistiani are all sitting there in uproarious laughter, sitting there seeing exactly how, from the physiology, Lucien shouldn't be the first one to feel the effects of this drink, but they sit there goes like, slaps him straight on the back. It's like, this one right here. This one knows what's up. He knows how to have a good time. The rest of you are fucking wankers.
That's right. Shut up, Tony. Go drink more dirt.
Just remember, dirt saved me from that fog. Bunch of idiots.
Well, get to it, you midget fuck.
At this point, all the stories of the Vistiani are have stopped. Clearly, the most entertaining thing here is drunk Lucien.
All right, my turn. Let me tell you guys a story. All right. Okay. So, vampires, right? They're a thing. And where we come from, we're not from around here. Where we come from, they were in our town pretending to be politicians. and we went and we found out and we blew their whole fucking building up.
All right. High five.
At this point, one of the Vistiani goes to the guy that told the story to you. This one is still raven black hair, absolutely clean shaven, it just all falling down to his shoulders. Just goes to the storyteller and goes like, "Now that, mate, that's how you tell a story."
Ah!
At this point, the entire crowd just goes up into a roar. Anything else you guys want to do by the fire?
Take another drink.
All right. Roll a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage for the second drink.
7.
7. You're beginning to feel this way as well. The just perception of warmth in your body is getting greater. The cloaks that you have on are beginning to feel very, very restrictive. Your boots just become this absolute heat sink, and unfortunately you're in the wrong direction of it. Your face begins to go numb. Your tongue begins to get heavier, starts to sit out of your mouth a little bit. And your voice is starting to slur a little bit.
This looks so fun when you were doing it.
All right, so I addressed the Barovians, or who these guys?
The Vistiani.
Vistiani, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is some impressive drink. What is this?
It's a little of this, a little of that, a little of what we stole, and a little of what we made.
It's not going to make us go blind now, is it?
Anything can make you go blind if you do it the right way.
I would like to request a bottle of it.
All right. Well, just understand here that we can only take gold, silver, and copper. None of that platinum shit.
How much you want for a bottle?
How much you got?
5.
Oh, I think you can do better than that.
6.
I know you can do better than that.
3.
Pay the man.
How about 15?
15. Do 15.
Okay, 15.
Hold up. Now this man, he knows prices of good ale here. I'll do 18.
18 copper it is.
18 gold, motherfucker.
Alright, I'll give you 18 gold.
Thank you so much. He just swipes away at the gold. On this, he takes a look. He's like, "Well, this is strange. How do you have gold that don't have Strahd's face on it?"
Remember, the drunk man told you we're not from here.
Strahd's a bitch. We don't carry his coin.
And he sits there and goes like, "So you're the outsiders, eh? Madame Eva said yet someone like you was arriving." They point towards the giant, interiorly lit tent and goes, "She's over that way. Suggest you make your acquaintance."
Alright, which one of you drunk assholes wants to go in? Because that seems to be part of their culture.
I don't know. She seems kind of fancy. She goes by Madam.
Dan, go ahead and roll an intelligence check.
Wow. That was a 3.
You know well enough to sit there and say maybe we shouldn't go into people that want to have a proper meeting with us drunk off our ass. But it doesn't come up to you. There's nothing that in your brain says, "Oh, I can do something about this."
Well, I'm just big and dumb, I guess.
The divine intervention has not gone to you and saying it's like, maybe drunkenness can be treated with a restoration spell.
So I shout away as I stand up and I confidently stride towards the tent, or so I think, but really I'm weaving and wobbling all over the place.
Roll an acrobatics check with disadvantage.
Okay. Oh wow, a 20 and a 19.
Oh god. So what's the total score of the 19?
That's a 23.
Holds it together.
Yeah, this is like watching these old kung fu drunken master movies. The footsteps are not equally timed out at all. He's just stumbling. He has no idea where he's going, but every time you look at him about to stumble, he just puts his hand down and does a flipping handstand, coming back onto his feet and just begins stumbling again. You have no idea why he hasn't eaten shit yet.
And you see, guys, this is why they invited us to kill Strahd.
At this point, the Vistiani, kind of impressed, begin to stand up, going over the clearing that Lucien do. That's a 4. That's a 2. That's a 14. That's a 5. Only one of them was able to replicate what you're doing. All the other ones have just dropped straight onto their head. They didn't have the upper body strength to support them through the cartwheel.
I stand up with my arms up triumphantly like a gymnast and I go, "All right, let's go, boys."
Yeah, one of the sober guards just sit there and goes like, "That's a 9.2 from the Vistiani judge."
Ooh.
All right. So do you guys want to sit there, continue to screw around, or wait for your friends to sober up, or? just go into the meeting drunk.
I'm gonna go see this lady.
It looks like Lucian's going there one way or another. I think we need to keep him out of trouble.
Yep.
All right. Anybody not want to go in? Just gonna hang out at the campfire.
No. I think we're all good to go.
All right. Leovan, I need you to roll a acrobatics check with disadvantage.
That was a 3 and a 4, but I got a +4.
Okay.
So 7.
You begin to stumble as well, and it does not look anywhere near as depth as Lucien was. At this point, Toni kind of looks, sees what's about to happen here, and tells Aes to make sure that he's got a claw on you at all times to keep you from falling over and getting a face full of mud.
Yep, just as cool as that guy was.
Nailed it.
You guys see that? That's my boy. He drinks blood, but in a good way.
Go ahead and roll a performance check on that, Lucien.
All right, that is a 7 plus 4, 13. Or 11, sorry. Math.
Yeah, the people around the campfire just look confused as hell, as if there's a good way to drink blood.
You're just got to take my word for it. I mean, you saw what I just did. You see all those flips?
At this point, you guys make it into the main tent. Magic flames cast a reddish glow, unless you're colorblind, then it's a brownish glow, over the interior of this tent, revealing a low table covered in black velvet cloth. Glints of light seem to flash from a crystal ball on the table as a hunched figure peers into its depths. As the crone speaks, her voice cackles like dry weeds. At last, you have arrived. Crackling laughter bursts like mad lightning from her withered lips.
Well, if you can't tell, we've been here for a while. We've been outside, though.
Toni, I know where you have been.
How did you know your name?
Good question.
She begins to just display her hand like Vanna White from Wheel of Fortune and shows a crystal ball and says, when you have the gift of the sight, there's not a lot you can't find out.
I can see too, though.
Yeah. Guys, I think we can all see.
So do we really see, or do we just look?
So are you asking whether we know, or do we understand?
I just nod solemnly at these.
All right, lady, hold on. We got to have ourselves a philosophical argument now.
She kind of just sits there and goes back to doing her own thing. It's like, I'll be back when you're ready.
I'm crying a little bit.
I don't even know where to go with this anymore.
I think we just need to talk to her.
Madam Eva, can you see your way out of this conversation for us?
Hey, Vanna White, what do you want?
At this point, she begins to look right at you, Berlynn, and goes like, well, the newer members of the party. Is there the Battle of the Hydra and the slaying of the Rakshasa? I see there is a way out of this conversation, but most of it involves you talking.
Dude, so, Madam Eva,
Leovan, you got a stalker.
Wait, what?
So, Madam Eva, what is your party doing here? What are you doing on the road in such a dangerous area?
There's really no part of this plane that isn't dangerous. You have to understand. There's relative danger in staying in one place, and there's relative danger in moving. We've made some agreements so that we can live our lives separate from everyone else, and we don't get brought into the quibbles that the other parties have.
What does she mean, agreements?
Agreements with who?
With everyone. we will sit there and we'll have our land and our own affairs, and we stay out of others, they stay out of ours.
Real quick, is this a permanent settlement or is it like a camp?
It's a camp. Around that campfire, you saw like 4 sort of horse-drawn carriages. Each one fit 2 horses, and then there's smaller tents surrounding those carriages. This is the largest one by the river. It's about times the size of the other tents.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're nomadic.
Aye.
I know that life.
Me too. I'm a gnome too.
Are you saying that you get a deal with Strahd, that you leave him alone, he leaves you alone?
Strahd, the werewolves, Argonavolasts, the Abbey, Vallaki, everyone. Most of the people got really pissed at us stealing a lot of things, so we made the agreement so that we wouldn't get wiped out. At this point, you see around there's 4 treasure chests inside the tent, all right next to you guys.
You seem to be doing pretty well for yourselves with all of these agreements.
Well, we have our souls, we have our lives, we have food on the table. Not perfect, but makes do.
And a few not so small chests of
Booty.
booty.
Pause for.
I don't understand how would benefit from leaving you alone. I don't understand. What do you have on him?
What do we have on him? We have nothing. We just we sit there and we understand that he is going to be the law. We do our best to operate within the law so that no harm comes to us.
So you're saying that the people in...
You're paying his protection money, so to speak.
That's one way to sit there. We liberate some finances from other communities, and then we use that to pay certain utilities. One of those is not...
So you're stealing from other people who owe Strahd protection money just for your protection money. That doesn't sound right.
Them or us.
If it lets you see another sunrise.
I don't think the sun really rises here. It just gets a little less dingy.
Did you say that from behind a cigar?
No, from underneath the velvet tablecloth.
At this point, Eva notices this, and that is going to be a 19 to your armor class.
Oh, yes. Tony's getting slapped again.
I am definitely taking a hit there. Because mine is only 16.
You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as she kicks you at the edge of her stiletto heel. That goes right into your left shoulder and pushes you out from behind, from under the table.
Damn it! I wasn't able to get those stool legs.
Other than that, just no admittance that she was she just sat there completely focused on the conversation, just kicked you out of sheer I guess table IQ.
So does that mean that the people in Barovia aren't playing along, aren't playing by the rules?
I mean, there's rules for everyone. We just negotiated so that we had a different rule set than everyone else.
I like you. You seem like good friends to have. Important connections to everyone around.
Well, a connection. I don't know how important. I don't think most people like these guys. They did kick a gnome from under a table.
Most people don't like us because we have abilities that they don't have. For starters, the sight. The second, the ability to, not be shells.
Brew some kick-ass alcohol.
Yeah. They don't like us because we have things they don't.
All right, so we've seen and gotten information from people who oppose Strahd. What information can you offer us about him from people who follow along his game?
What I can tell you is that I don't know anything specific without using the site. At this point, she begins to grab what appears to be a deck of cards. The corners have been worn off. There's a bunch of cards that have been warped. And she begins to shuffle and says, myself as a person, I can't tell you much, but myself as a conduit, maybe I can offer you some information. Yeah, about this time, it might have been an hour since Lucien last drank. So Lucien, go ahead and make another Constitution saving throw to see if you can begin to sober up.
It's a 15.
15. All right. So the numbness begins to fade from your face as the alcohol hasn't completely cleared your system, but you feel like you're able to talk normally now. But for the time being, any sort of intelligence check or intelligence ability is going to be rolled with disadvantage.
Okay.
And then a little bit, Leovan, I'm going to have you make the same roll.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, she's offering to use the site to get us information. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes.
What is she asking for in exchange for this?
That's if you meet Strahd, you just don't tell him our location.
Oh, that's easy enough.
So, what are your thoughts on Strahd's possible imminent defeat?
So many people have tried it. There's the mage. Hundreds of years ago, there was the uprising. At a certain point, you're just giving people false hope. At a certain point, you need to sit there, pack it in, understand the rules, and move on.
Good. You don't care either way. Perfect.
I mean, I would love to not try to convince myself this is freedom, but it's the best lot in life we have.
Indifference works for me. All right, guys. Let's see what she can see.
Yeah, sure.
All right, at this point, she begins shuffling up the cards. She throws a couple in the air. Most of them fall down to the ground, but 5 remain up in the air, and they eventually lower face down onto the black satin tablecloth. As she begins to put her hands on each card and flips it over, as you look into your eyes, what normally was a very, very solid amber, or not amber, what color am I thinking of? Emerald. I'm sorry, emerald color to her eyes. It goes completely white. It looks like she's no longer seeing onto this plane, but onto another one. She sits there and goes, I'm beginning to understand that you guys have a vendetta against Strahd. I can see that this first one here tells of history. It's a knowledge of an ancient will, and it will help you understand your enemy better. Look for a wealthy woman, a staunch ally of the devil. She keeps the treasure under lock and key, under the bones of an ancient enemy. As the hand becomes off that, her eyes begin to go back to its normal emerald color. She begins to move clockwise around the cards and touches the next one, flipping that over. The first card you saw, you actually look up the card's appearance here. This was called the 9 of Glyphs, called the Traitor. Where is that?
Traitor or traitor?
Traitor, as in Benedict Arnold.
Gotcha.
You sit there and see what appears to be a noble individual and a soldier. The soldier has a dagger hidden behind its back. The next one is revealed is called the Conjurer, and looks exactly what you think it would look like. And she goes like, this color tells a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope. I see it in a dead village, drowned by a river, ruled by one who has brought great evil into the world. Comes back up, moves on to the next card. This one is called the Warrior. Instead of it being a number, it just says Master of Swords. And just goes like, this card right here is a card of power and strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword that was made from sunlight. That which you seek lies in the womb of darkness. It's in the devil's lair, the one place to which he must return. At this point, going into the last card around the circle, it just goes like, this card sheds a light on a person on this plane who will help you greatly in the battle against darkness. As it flips over, what it shows is a bunch of mist that come through a gate. And it goes, Vistiani wanders this land alone, searching for her mentor. She does not stay in one place for long. You can seek her out at St. Markovia's Abbey, near the mists. And then finally on that center card, she drops out of the sight for a second, looks at you, and goes, This one tells of destiny. You are fated to have a battle here. Whether or not the nature of the battle can always change, but this is a promised conflict. Hopefully this will give you an edge. She puts her hand down on the card. The sight returns. Your enemy is a creature of darkness whose powers are beyond mortality. This card will lead you to him. Flips it over, and you see a dungeon. And it goes, he lurks in the Hall of Bones, in the dark pits of his castle. And that would being the last card, she takes her hands out. Her sight returns, looks at you, goes, I know it's not always clear, but it was all I can see. I hope that helps.
So, sounds like we need to go to a drowned village to recruit some help to get a weapon from Strahd's lair after we find the Vistiani chick, or whatever her name was.
Madam Eva just kind of looks at you and goes, you didn't listen to a damn word I said, did you?
No.
Called you out.
Then she kind of just looks at you. It's like, well, if you're looking for safe passage, then I hope you guys listen better than this one here. The closest place for you is going to get to Vallaki. You're going to find a windmill there where you think you can find safe passage, but I can promise you right now, you won't. Press on through, because whatever you'll face on the road is way, way better off than what you face in the windmill.
Huh. Wow, that was a lot of interesting information.
Mm-hmm.
I started writing a little bit late, so like that first card, the wealthy ally to Strahd that has that treasure.
Mm-hmm.
Did she mention a place for that?
So here's what we'll do, guys. Let's take a quick 5-minute break for the restroom while I will reread those notes as well so that you guys can write it down.
Okay.
Yep. So those of you who are willing to write it down, just stick around for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is, it's a card that is tells of history. So this will give you a artifact that will help you understand your enemy better.
Okay.
This one is, you look for a wealthy woman who is an ally of the devil. She keeps the treasure under lock and key under the bones of an ancient enemy.
Okay.
The second one is of an artifact that is a force for good and protection, a symbol of hope, and that is in a dead village that's been drowned by a river. Ruled by one who brought great evil to the world.
Okay.
You have one that's an artifact of strength. It appears to be a sword made from sunlight. And this one is in the womb of darkness, the devil's lair, the one place to which he must return.
Okay.
Sounds like Strahd's cough.
It does. Someone figured out the riddle. there is one that will give you that is apparently a great ally in the battle against darkness. That one is a Vistiana that wanders the land, searching for her mentor. Does not stay in one place for long. It appears that she's at St. Markovia's Abbey near the Mists.
Okay.
The last one is a place where you are fated to fight Strahd, and this is in the Hall of Bones amongst the dark pits of the castle.
Okay.
Yep. So with that, we will take a quick break from Jaygeons and Dragclarks. We'll have a message from our sponsors, and we'll be back in just a second.
Who did we get for a sponsor today?
Our sponsor for today is Vistiani Spirits.
Well, that's a good sponsor.
Yeah.
It is a great sponsor. Let me tell you, as someone who drinks Vistiani Spirits, I can speak to its potency.
Depot near you.
Did you say a Home Depot?
Benny's Beverage Depot.
Oh, Benny's Beverage Depot.
Yeah.
Phil, that is a Illinois-based alcohol company. That is partially owned by the Blues Brothers.
By the Blues Brothers?
Yeah, in real life, Dan Aykroyd is one of the owners of Benny's Beverage Depot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So there we go. Free advertisement from Benny's Beverage Depot. We will accept Scotch as payment.
Jay said he'll accept Scott as payment. Ooh, dirty boy.
And just for this, we have proven that Mike should not write a single ad for our show.
Nope, I just make the ad, the art for it.
I think being drunk Lucien was one of my favorite bits of role playing I've done yet.
That's good. I'm looking at the background and I'm realizing that there's still a lot of work left to do on it.
Well, it's not done, but it's definitely a good thing, like a passable offering for today.
Yep.
Yeah, I like it.
I like the color scheme. I don't like the glow around it, so I'm probably going to change that color and the thickness of it.
I kind of like the glow.
Well, I'm not a big fan of the color. So I'm probably going to go with something lighter to help it stand out a little bit more. But the color scheme across the words I really do like.
Yeah, that is definitely cool. One thing that Jay mentioned that he might want to include was a starry night kind of quality to the black background, just to kind of like break up the black.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
And then it would actually look more like these are riffs into a different plane than just on a black background. I could do that.
Can I have that?
Working on getting a border found that I like, and I have the dice already found that I'm going to use.
All right, welcome back to Jaygeons and Dragclarks. This episode was not brought to you by Loot Crate. Once again, fuck you, Loot Crate.
I wish I got that reference.
You can go to... Yeah, there's no reference to get there.
Oh, okay. It's just...
You can go into Loot Crate and type in code Jaygeons and Dragclarks and get absolutely nothing off your next order.
They might actually charge you more.
After cursing their name 2 weeks in a row, it seems pretty likely.
Yes, but there is no such thing as bad advertisement, apparently. Just ask Kylie Jenner and Pepsi. All right, we have everybody back?
I believe so.
I'm here.
Phil? Raise your hand if you're not here.
Great. Now, no matter how you answer, I can't tell, but it sounds like everybody's back.
Everybody hold up a red card if you're here.
I was just about to say,
I
Be
only
the
have
color
a-
red if you're not here.
I only have a green card. Is that going to be a problem for
No.
Jay?
I mean, he's only red-green colorblind.
Yeah, keep on poking the bear. Let's see what the DM does in response. All right, so heading back into the Seer Pool encampment, you guys have just finished talking to Madame Eva. She just kept on she just gave you a card reading. Appears that she didn't have a great amount of visual detail, but told you what she could. And yeah.
Well, I guess we probably shouldn't stop by the windmill on our way to Vallaki then.
Oh, by the way, Leovan, make a Constitution saving throw to see if you get less drunk.
That's a 4.
Please be one. Please be one. Please be one.
4, I said.
Okay. You don't feel more drunk, but you don't feel less drunk.
This is great, long-lasting stuff.
That 18 gold's well worth it.
We should have bought a case.
If it's gonna be a last drink, we might as well make it a good one. All right. Is there anything else that you guys want to do in Madame Eva's tent?
Ask her what's in the box.
No, you don't ask what's in the box.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
I just thought we couldn't ask her how much she weighs.
Or how old she is.
How old is she? Wait, is she the only woman here?
No, she's not the only woman here.
Okay.
Oh, it
So
seems
it's
like
a
a
weird
weird
little-
kind of thing.
Camp, yeah.
Reverse Mormoning it.
But she seems like sort of like the matron to the Vistiani, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's probably the most appropriate interpretation out of all of these.
Out of all of these. Not necessarily accurate, but it's the most accurate out of those.
All right, so shall we take a rest and then wait
She
till...
actually said, I was like, if you want to look at what's in the box, go ahead.
Ooh, Tony, do it.
Look in the box.
I'm going to look in the box.
All right, go ahead, and I'm going to roll a d20. Okay. As you open up the box, it's the head of Gwyneth Paltrow.
No!
I approve this message.
No, it's... it is a sack, and in the sack contains... 6, 10... 10 pieces of cheap jewelry, collectively worth about 25 gold pieces, and then 5 pieces of fine jewelry, about 250 gold each.
That they have random jewelry.
Yep.
Is it odd, or do they get ostracized because they steal everything?
What if we detect magic on it and see if there's anything magical there?
Go ahead.
It is a ritual.
Yep. So you spend 10 minutes just looking at there. Madame Eva begins to look at you a little bit quizzically. Hold up. I just realized that I need to get the player's handbook.
Oh.
I assure Madame Eva that, trust me, this is better than when he talks.
She sits there and goes, just puts her hand on yours and goes, I've seen it. I know.
Tony's being tame today. He hasn't been threatened with a coat hook yet.
He did get kicked.
We did get kicked, yeah.
By an old woman.
But she has
Wearing
the sight.
stilettos for some reason.
And you said it was Detect Magic was what you were ritual casting?
Yep.
I just lean over to Madame Eva and reassure her over and over again, it's nothing sexual.
Unless you wanted to be.
At this point, just hold on 1 second. We'll get back to that. Yeah, so you sit there, and as you detect magic, You don't really notice anything going in towards the chest there. You can't actually notice anything in the other chest. But yeah, Madame Eva is what you would describe as magic as fuck.
Guys, she's magic as fuck.
You don't say.
Yeah, at this point, Leovan, I need to look up this spell here.
The charm person.
It is not Charm Person at all. It is in fact called Silence.
Ooh.
Alright, so she is going to have to make a... Alright, so I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Charisma.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to fuck that.
13.
The DC was 16, so right now you are in a. You feel like you're in this little magic sphere, and you sit there and you try to say something, but no words come out. You sit there and go like, "Oh my god, I'm being magically choked," but no, breathing's fine.
She's
You
just
tried
inserted a
to
ball gag into your mouth.
Yeah, try to scream. That's going out there. Actually, Toni, with how close you are to Leovan on this, you actually notice that your gun, relying on doing thunder type damage, is giving you some weird readings.
Hey, guys. Something weird shit's going on. I'm getting some bad feedback in the thunder cannon.
I can explain this right now. I silenced him. So you guys are going to have to behave.
Are you a dominatrix? That seems like something a dominatrix would use.
Roll a charisma saving throw.
Ooh, this is gonna hurt. I rolled a 1 with my charisma save being a +0.
You are also under the effects of a silent spear as well. At this point, Leovan, you've noticed that the effects of your silence have begun to dissipate. You sit there and cough, and you faintly hear yourself. It's going to take a little bit for it to fully fade, but holy shit, Toni. You can't hear anything. You can't say anything. You tried firing your gun. It just misfired.
Alright, well, I flip her the bird and walk out the tent.
Apparently the spear is going with you.
I do that, stereotypical movie flipping the bird, backing out the door thing.
Okay, I'm glad
Can
you.
she
I'm glad
teach
you
me that?
clarified. I'm glad you clarified, Toni, because I thought maybe you threw AS at her.
No, he's doing flips outside. There was a, misinterpretation of communication.
No, Ace isn't doing anything because he couldn't hear you.
True.
Yeah, so I guess we should rest up and get ready for the long road to Vallaki, because if we're not able to stop at that windmill, then we're really gonna have to push through to get to Vallaki.
You're welcome to stay here for the night, but as you being the one that has the most common sense out of everybody, well, except for the here, I would keep your party in check.
Rude.
Coming from you, that's a great joke. Tell me something. Exactly how long does that blood last until it begins to curdle and then just ruins all the taste?
Well, this stuff is like magic. I think it lasts forever.
Here's hoping that you're right.
Okay then. So we're taking a long rest.
All right. Anything that you guys want to do before you head to sleep for the night? It's currently about, we'll say, 7:45 at night.
I want to take 20 on making some thunderballs.
I'm not going to let you take 20 because this is a new blueprint for you.
Okie dokie. What do I need to roll?
This one is going to be a tinkering check,
20.
which will be, you've got a tinkerer's kit, yes?
Yes.
So it will be a d20 plus double your intelligence bonus.
Ooh. That would be a 22 total.
All right. So you begin to use a little bit of your enchanted gunpowder. This will be about the equivalent of 3 rounds worth of enchanted gunpowder. You begin to find and shape some scrap metal from weapons of individuals that you've liberated from individuals. Call it windfall income because they're not using it anymore. You killed them. And you begin to heat up the metal a little bit in a portable kit, shape it into the shape that you need. Once it cools down, you begin to put in the enchanted gunpowder and close it down. You create what you call thunderballs, but for everybody else, it looks like it is sort of a thrown concussive device. It will do what appears to be force damage. It appears to do thunder damage as well, and that's as best you can tell. You don't know specifically how it's going to work yet, but you have 3 of thunderballs.
All right. And you said electric and force damage?
Thunder and force damage.
Thunder and force, okay.
Mm-hmm. And then for the record, what does a standard shot from your thunder cannon do?
Standard shot is 2d6 plus 4.
2d6 plus 4. Okay.
Hey, Berlynn.
What's up?
That little magic hand thingy of yours, would you be able to use that to like say slip something into someone's drink? And I'm not talking about Toni right now.
Yes, I can.
All right, so I take my backpack off and I set it down and I start fishing around in there, and I pull out like a small leather satchel, and you can hear some clinking of some like glass vials in it, and so I say, I've got this poisoner's kit and I don't really know where I got it, but I don't really need it. Would you be able to make use of it?
You know, I had one of these growing up as a child. It's been a long time since I've used one, but I think I remember how everything works.
All right, well, it is yours. You can take my children's chemistry set.
Other people played with baking soda, vinegar volcanoes, and I made poisons.
It's a very rough upbringing.
You come from a very strange village.
All right, time for a
Our
flashback.
basketball hoop was a rib cage. A rib cage.
I think that's everything that I wanted to do. I don't know if they're selling anything, but I don't really have anything that I think I need to buy. So I'm all right to go to bed and get back the hit points I lost in the gargoyle fight.
All right. Anybody else? Anything you guys want to do before you pack it in for the night?
Nope.
I'm with Lucien on that one.
All right. So, with it being about 8 o'clock at night, you guys are forcing yourself to go to sleep a little bit early. That does mean that you can move at what normally would be first light, but really just, continued darkness at 5 a.m. Everybody sleeping right now?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
And?
I've ordered AS to stand watch, though. If I can speak. That's a good question. Can I speak yet?
Yes, you can speak now. The effects of the silence have sat there. It was like, what specific command are you giving to AS?
Stand watch, anything out of the ordinary, attack, so on and so forth. Make a loud pitch screeching noise to wake everybody up.
All right.
Thieves. Sounds like we need to be wary of thieves.
Yep. All right. The night appears to go without incident, and no real attacks. Aes is in the exact same position that he was in the morning. His head just looking around like R2-D2's head, just panicking shit. Yeah, but as you guys begin to put on your various armors, gear up, you notice that there's a couple of things missing, and I want everyone to roll perception.
Where's my mouth?
I got a
21.
I got a 21 also.
Nice.
All right, Toni, you realize that all of your stuff still intact.
I'm okay with this.
I got a 24.
You realize that you're missing quite a bit of gold, about 50 pieces of gold.
Motherfucker.
I got a 15.
You realize that you're missing about 10 crossbow bolts and 40 pieces of gold.
Son of a bitch.
I had a 21.
You realize that you're missing nothing.
Suckers.
Aes, you suck at life.
You do realize, you realize though, is that blood pouch that you held in your hands as like a sort of child sleeping toy, wasn't in the same exact position. It looks like it was tried to be wrenched from your hand, and after a while they just gave up.
You don't mess with this. Who did this?
I got an 8.
I mean, you got all your important stuff. You don't really know if you're missing anything or not.
Okay, so were we like in a tent? Were we sleeping in the wagon, or where were we? I want to step outside and see where the Vistiani are.
I'm gonna go with you guys. We're probably around the campfire, and you put out your stuff there, using the tent itself as a way to, at least you wouldn't be the first ones attacked if there's ever an attack.
So is there anyone around?
The regular Vistiani. It appears like they're just doing business as usual.
Okay. I walk up. Are they like in a group at all? Or are they scattered or whatever?
Scattered, doing various morning activities. Some of them are looking like they're ready to go hunting for food.
Okay, so I walk up to the nearest one and I say, all right, where the fuck is my money?
You have to be more specific.
Did you take my fucking money?
Personally? Me? No.
Do you know who took my fucking money?
Oh, absolutely I do.
Who took my fucking money?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, god damn, I'm gonna hurt you. You see that big fucking Goliath back there? He doesn't like when people touch his stuff. And I know somebody touched his stuff, and I can guarantee you someone touched mine. Who did it?
Well, what if his stuff is missing? Do you guys know?
Look, I haven't taken stock of his shit, but I'm gonna make him beat the fuck out of you if you don't tell me who took it.
You're telling me you know that he's missing stuff, but you don't know what he's missing.
I know I'm missing stuff. I want to know where my stuff went. We'll find his later, and you're gonna tell me who took it.
You've never heard of a lodging fee, have you?
We're outside.
All right. Who collected this quote unquote lodging fee?
Administrators.
I think it's time we collect our protection money for keeping this group safe over the night.
I don't think that's necessary.
I don't think a lodging fee is necessary.
The great thing with this is, I don't think
Okay, this is going nowhere. I'm gonna take out my flaming longsword and threaten this guy.
All right. At this point, you see that the numbers of this greatly increased. There's roll perception on this one, Leovan.
There's a 24.
You see that there are two individuals who immediately train their bows on you. Another two individuals who have crossbows. One of those bolts look to be very similar to the style that Berlynn uses. And 7 people draw out their swords. And 11 individuals come out of their tents looking to see what happens, and they don't look too happy about this.
So how many is that in total?
Like 25, 26.
2, 4, 11, 22 individuals.
That seems like a lot.
This is kind of a lot.
Well, the rest of us hear the commotion going on and attempt to come out.
Oh, you're already out there, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So, if they're going to display weapons, I'm going to display my hand axe.
All right. I yell for Madame Eva to see if she can come sort this out.
Yeah, how do you yell? Do it first person, not third person. Yep. At this point, Madame Eva does begin to walk out of the same tent that you saw her in last night, holding a mug of coffee with writing on there. It's that there says "World's Best Clairvoyant." She sits there and she begins to yell at her individuals because, like, I told you they were going to do this. And she sits there and goes, return the money, return the bolts. We promised them a few things here. We have other individuals that we can make our lifestyle from. These are not ones we do it with.
While this is going on, can I help Hagrid look through his pack to see if I can help him figure out what's missing?
Roll investigation.
That is a 25.
You realized it was the holy symbol that he had.
What the fuck?
Now I'm pissed.
Now that you realize what you're missing, Hagrid, go ahead and roll perception.
Somebody's gonna get a swift kick in the nuts.
16.
It is right in front of the person that Leovan was, or not Leovan, Lucien was talking to. He is wearing it proudly.
All right. I go up to said individual and I demand my symbol back in the form of grabbing it off his neck, and with my other hand, having put my axe away, I punch him soundly in the face.
Yes.
Oh god.
Roll to attack.
This would be with advantage, I take it?
I'm going to go with yes. Let's go with advantage. Because why the hell not?
Okay, that would be a 17 plus... what else do I get to add to this?
Oh, it hits. It hits.
All right.
So
is his nose coming out the back of his head yet, or I'm going to hit him again?
Whoa.
Because of this, it ends up being a 1 plus whatever your strength modifier is for damage. So what is your strength modifier?
My strength is a +3, plus I get unarmed, +3 attack bonus.
Okay.
Hey guys, Hagrid killed a guy.
So this would end up...
Please don't kill him.
Pissed.
It ends up doing 4 damage in total. 1 plus the 3 for the strength bonus that you have. As you just come in, and it's this little jab, and you sit there, you know, it's like, okay, he's been ordered to give it back, but you have to teach him a lesson. It comes in, you just hear this giant crunching sound as your fist makes contact with the face. As you come up, it looks like a regular Vistiani, just now you know what his nose looks like if it was two-dimensional.
Am I successful in wrangling my symbol back from him?
I would go with no, because you did such a great job of punching him in the face. He couldn't really do 2 things at once.
Now keep in mind that I did say I grabbed the symbol first with one hand.
You did. The way I interpreted that is you grabbed it as sort of like a clinching point to make him grappled, and that gave you the advantage.
All right.
Because that one it should have been a contested roll, but because he's completely off guard, you auto-succeeded, and that's where the punch is. You're still holding on to it, but it's still chained around his neck.
All right, so now is it his turn? Because I'm just waiting.
Let's not escalate this too much.
I would go with no, it's not his turn. One, because he was surprised, and two, I think he's more concerned about his broken nose, and he's not truly a combatant.
I think Hagrid might need to multi-class as a barbarian.
Ask him if he's willing to just give me the symbol.
At this point, Madam Eva goes, is like, you all can stop. Your items will be returned to you. You are not our quarry. He's learned his lesson. Leave him alone. At this point, three of the individuals, everybody lowers their weapons. Three of the individuals, one had the crossbow, unloads the bolt that Berlynn uses, gives him the remaining style. The other two give the gold back to Berlynn, back to Lucien. And the bloodied motherfucker ends up just dropping, and his head falls through the necklace once you give it just a little bit of slack. And you hold now in just your offhand your holy symbol again.
All right, so I'm going to try and de-escalate this a little bit. I'll say, I can respect you trying to make a living. I could use an extra hand crossbow. Do you have a spare one lying around I could buy from you?
Get out.
All right, we probably should bounce.
Can I try to swipe a bottle of that Vistiani spirit on my way out?
Roll investigation.
Investigation.
Ooh, nope, that was a 1.
You forget what bottles look like.
Yeah, a really great waterfall.
Hey, on the bright side, I did buy a bottle of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Yeah, I just wanted to get an extra thing.
Man.
All right, well,
we got out of there
fast.
During this time, you hear a Vistiani just running and making a lot of vroom sounds with his mouth. You sit there, like, damn, that guy's so cool.
Right,
that's going to make me look like such an idiot if we can't hear that up the stream.
No, you definitely could.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's mount up and get the fuck out of this gypsy hellhole.
Alright, at this point, as you guys get back into your covered wagon, Arena, who's been with you the entire time but apparently never left the wagon, goes like, eventful night, huh?
You don't even know. Before we leave, Hagrid wants to thank Madame Irina or Eva for being the voice of reason in all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Says the guy who punched someone in the face.
It's just there's like, I know you got a right question, but yeah.
You can take the Goliath away from the barbarians, but you can't take the barbarian out of the Goliath.
Well, you get a lot of stuff back when you resort to sucker punching.
Yeah, well. That was funny.
That was great.
Good times.
Yep. As you guys are trailing off from the encampment, I can throw that away because I don't need that information at the moment. You follow the river, heading north west again. Still on the path, you follow the river to what appears to be the base of a canyon, at the far end of which a great waterfall spills into a pool, billowing forth clouds of cold mist. A great stone bridge spans the canyon, nearly 1,000 feet overhead. And that's because you're on the trail there. I'm going to have you guys roll a perception check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage, okay.
Natural 1.
You see mist. It looks really misty.
Perception. Let's see.
Wait, there was something about misty stuff, guys.
16.
Out of 15.
Okay.
I got a 7.
Berlynn, what'd you get?
Just a sec. I got my roll. I just need to pull up. 13.
All right, so the DC was 16. So Hagrid, you're the only one to notice this, but you sit there and as you heard the story from the Vistiani from the fire last night, you were looking there. It's like, this looks to be about 1,000 feet up. If this might be where the magician and Strahd had his battle, and you begin to look down, and you see what appears to be a impact. You see a little crater, and goes like, that could be where he fell. And then you look and you see there's no real other trail marks, but maybe the story that you heard last night is a little bit more true than the rest of the Vistiani gave credit to.
Somebody who took notes. What was the bones of an old enemy riddle?
A wealthy ally to Strahd, or basically a wealthy ally to the devil, which I interpreted as Strahd, has some treasure under lock and key that would help us to understand our enemy better, and it's located under the bones of an ancient enemy.
An ancient enemy of Strahd would be the wizard, right?
Yep.
Right.
Can we do an investigation of the area to see if there's anything that resembles bones, corpses, graves?
You guys aren't aware of this yet because Hagrid has not decided if he was going to tell you or not.
Hagrid, you got that look. What's going on?
I'm still pondering the riddle. I think the wealthy ally could actually have been Madame Eva. She was wealthy. She wasn't exactly an enemy of Strahd.
Right.
So no, she liked Strahd. She was paying him off and everything.
So this is why we have this riddle, I'm assuming?
Yeah, Eva was the reason why you have that riddle.
All right, so...
This more closely lines up with the that tale that the Vistiani guys were telling around the fire of that big battle.
Yeah.
And then the wizard and Strahd had this massive battle, and the wizard fell off the bridge and got swept away by the river.
All right, so this is... What do I notice?
So you notice, you're sitting there, and based off of details of the story, you're finding confirmation of a couple of things. Mostly, the 1,000-foot fall. It looks like there's a crater that, where roughly a person would have fallen 1,000 feet would make that amount of crater, and you can see that it gave way a little bit so that a body would roll into the river. So you're beginning to sit there, like, maybe this isn't a campfire story, maybe there's some truth to this, is what you found out. Or is what you currently believe.
All right. I'm looking a spell up right now.
Okay. Which one?
Locate object.
Ooh.
Oh, it has to be an object that's familiar to me.
Ah.
That's what I could have used before, but I felt better to use my fist. So.
Yeah, no, I think it works pretty effectively.
Yeah, I think so.
I cast fist.
It's super effective.
All right. Is there anything that appears to be dangerous to us in the area?
Not at the moment. I'd make you roll for it, but I rolled a 1.
What do you think, guys? We start digging for the bones?
Yeah, we can look like along the bank of the river and near that. Well, I guess where we lose track of where the body would have gotten swept into the river.
I mean, do we know we actually got to the river?
No, like you said, the story says the river swept the body away.
Right.
Yeah, just based off of the story.
So, I don't know, are we supposed to tell which way the river's flowing and
It is flowing.
handling?
Based off of this, it looks like it is flowing southeast, back towards Barovia.
Well, since this sounds like a pivotal event, let's look for it, I guess.
Yeah, I'll look around for look in the sand or dirt near the shore for any artifacts.
All right, everybody roll a investigation check, and that is going to equate to 1 hour of searching.
6.
Fuck. 1.
10.
14.
You guys have searched through the area. You covered about maybe the equivalent of an acre between all of you, and come up empty-handed.
Yeah, this guy died 1,000 years ago. I don't know if, and he fell in a river. We aren't going to be able to find him that easily.
Yeah, no, it was worth a shot.
Forward march.
All right, so you guys are
So they don't
continuing.
have a boat.
Yep.
How do we get across the river then? Do we need to go backtrack and go up onto that bridge?
Yeah. You guys kind of overshot the trail a little bit. As you come back, you see the bridge. There are let me read what's on the bridge. Sorry, hold on. I gotta finish eating.
Well, while we're wandering back, I'd like to show the group the thunderballs I made and ask if anybody wants them, because I have horrible experiences with testing my own devices.
No, you got it. I don't trust anything you built.
Left your own devices, Mike.
I'm just going to start referring to him as Thunderballs.
Ooh, good one.
You know, Tony, it seems like a really cool thing, and it looks like it's better crafted than your flashbang watches. But I think I'm gonna have to let you playtest that one.
Oh well.
All right.
Fingers, so I'm gonna say no as well.
Bunch of cowards. I've only blown myself up. I lost count. That many times.
You begin to hold up fingers, and as a joke, you start showing. It starts off with you not having either of your middle finger, and then you realize what you're doing and put down a ring finger as well. It's like, I only did this, and it shows 8 times. Everybody's able to immediately detect that you're making a joke, but none of them believe that you're missing fingers.
Alright. Bridge.
Alright, we're on the bridge.
So you follow the dirt road as it clings to the side of a mountain and ends before an arching bridge of mold-encrusted stone that passes a natural chasm. Gargoyles cloaked in black moss perch on the corners of the bridge, their frowns weather-worn. On the mountainous side of the bridge, a waterfall spills into a misty pool nearly 1,000 feet below. The pool feeds a river that meanders into the fog-shrouded pines that blanket the valley.
We've already fought gargoyles once. I think as a safety measure, we push these ones off into the chasm.
Roll an athletics check.
Let's see here. 5.
You begin to push, and there's just no response. However, because of the amount of pushing you did, your biceps do look a little bit bigger.
Oh, nice.
Well, since Tony's not dead, I'm gonna assume that these aren't like the types of gargoyles we fought before, and let's keep going.
All right. As you guys get back into the cart and moving on, there is. You guys come across what appears to be a black carriage. Even here, in the mountain, the forest and fog are inescapable. Ahead, the dirt road splits in two, widening towards the east. So there's a smaller western branch and a bigger eastern branch. There you see patches of cobblestone, suggesting that the eastern branch was once an important thoroughfare. Yep, that's all that you see at that point. As you go towards the northwest, you begin to see another gate.
Is it closed?
This one's open. It looks like it is just a regular old gate. This one signifying the end of the Principality of Barovia.
Wasn't there a one of her stories about a mist-shrouded gate?
Yes.
fact.
Okay.
I believe though that was for the
gate. It was the mists around St. Markovia, is what you can recall.
Yeah, that's what I was. I remember.
The picture
card
on the
had
card.
A picture.
Yeah,
the card had a picture of
he wasn't
fog coming through the gate. Yeah, so that's for the lone Vistiani wanderer near St. Markovius.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's
although
Abby.
Yes. Although I do enjoy how much everyone is remembering the riddles.
Except for Mike, who remembers them all, but not how they were arranged.
Right.
Yep. Pretty much.
Yep. All right.
So do we know which way we need to go at this fork? Have we already gone the way we need to?
Based off of the map, you can sit there, and now that the sun is up, you can tell which way's east, which way's west. Northwest looks where you need to go in order to get to Vallaki.
Okay, let's go that way.
Wait, but what? Don't you want to check out the gate?
As you look up through the area at the, so the gate is to the northwest. What you guys were able to notice is that the gate was a misdirect. Toni misremembered what was going on.
So it's just like the gate that was on the other side of Barovia.
It looks exactly like the one that you got to as you entered in the Principality of Barovia.
So assume there's fog on the other side that we're going to have to contend with.
You sit there and you go through. It doesn't look like there's forest. It just looks like there's more plain.
Well, shall we continue our questing to Vallak? Whatever the devil that is.
Vallaki.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
Let's do it.
All right. As you do, you continue past. You get to noon. 1 o'clock. By about 1:30 p.m., you come across another fork in the road. As you look towards the, there's a northeastern branch that is more north, and there is a true western branch. And that western branch comes to, and let me get to the actual chapter for it. That's not what I wanted. I went the wrong way.
I think that's the windmill.
It is the windmill. You sit there and you see that the old established road that you're currently on transitions from being a winding path through the Vallaki Mountains, which is where you were currently at, into a lazy trail that hugs the mountainside as it descends into a fog-filled valley. In the heart of the valley, you see a walled town near the shores of a great mountain lake. Its waters dark and still. A branch in the road leads to a promontory, which atop is a dilapidated stone windmill. Its warped wooden vanes stripped bare.
That looks like the rest.
Well, the Madam Eva said, "Do not stop there."
Yeah.
I'm just fucking around.
You trust that lady?
Well, I mean, if we're going to take those prophecies at face value, then we should probably take the advice about the windmill at face value.
Agreed.
It looked like she was going to help us out. Like, she stopped them from robbing us. So I like her.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, exactly, I mean, it's still... Go ahead.
What exactly did she say about the windmill?
Do not stop there.
That's it?
Yeah, she said what we'll fight at the windmill will be worse than anything we'll encounter on the road. If I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she's just trying to keep the glory for herself. That bitch.
Or maybe that she keeps all her treasure. It's not she keeps all her treasure.
Maybe there's something really, really evil there we should try to avoid.
Who is she? Ron Swanson? Yep.
All right. So yeah, we're not going that way. Yeah, we're all in agreement.
So heading up northeast trail.
Grudgingly.
Perfect. Yeah. As you guys go through, it becomes 2, 3 o'clock. At this point, you're beginning to notice that there's another force that comes up on your western side. You have to kind of divert a little bit east as the forest is too thick to really travel through, especially with the wagon that you all are on. At this point, Finn wakes up and goes, "Hey, what's going on, guys? What'd I miss?"
You're here?
I've always been here. I just took a nap.
Why did you wake up now?
It's been like 2 days.
Do halflings hibernate?
This one does.
Berlynn, do you know anything about this?
Roll a history check.
Who?
Berlynn.
One second. 17.
I can tell you right now you passed. Yeah, this isn't something specific to halflings. This is something specific to Finn. Yep.
Good to have you back with us, Finn.
Yeah. Did I ever? Seriously, what did I miss?
Everything.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Well, if I miss this much, I might as well miss some more as he goes right back to sleep.
That's probably best.
Yeah.
May want to check your pack for gold missing.
He just
Did anyone know he was even in the wagon?
What if I take some of his gold?
go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check with advantage because he's trying to sleep.
Shut.
So that's a 20 altogether.
You are able to he is out like a light, man. But as you go through everything, you realize that as a monk, you really didn't travel with a lot. You find maybe a couple pieces of copper and a whole bunch of dryer lint.
Not worth it.
As you put everything back, and you just hear a really loud snore. One that you sit there, you start a little bit because you think he's waking up, and nope, he just goes right back to sleep. Yeah,
Well.
but at this point, the trail has stopped going east. You're curling around. Forest now is on either side of you, and it begins to head back just west again. It gets to 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, all the way down to about 8 o'clock. You've been traveling for 12 hours now. You can see what begins to be this wooden wall that is quite large. Based off of what you know, you begin to believe that this is Vallaki. And at this point, I want everyone to roll perception.
I got a 6.
11.
All right. Yeah, just let me know if you have double digits or not.
13.
Oh, yeah.
11, yes.
Everyone who got double digits, you're beginning to hear some rustling from the forest. It starts off as one source of noise, and then it becomes 2, and then it becomes 3. And then you're not able to track how many sources of noise there is. You're about a mile outside of town right now, and you begin to hear a distinct wolf's howl.
I stand up in the cart and I stretch. I go, finally, my ass was starting to get really sore.
You begin to move closer towards the village of Vallaki. You're now 0.8 of a mile away, 0.7 of a mile away, and the rustling gets more boisterous, more bold. Once again, you cannot locate how many sources are there.
Are they coming from a single direction, or does it kind of seem like they're surrounding us?
From the left of you, from the right of you, you can't see anything on the trail. The fog is beginning to obscure your vision a little bit with it getting later in the night. But you know that there are things that are aware of exactly where you are, and you're only kind of genuinely aware that something is noticing you. You don't know what, you don't know how many.
I guess we should probably try to get as close to the gates of the city before whatever this is catches up to us.
All right, you're going to try to force the pace a little bit?
Yep.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
First off, who is controlling the horses on this wagon?
Me.
All right. So it comes down to your decision. How fast do you want these horses to move?
We're 0.8 of a mile there. Let's breakneck speed.
Just a hair off of full speed.
All right, just a hair off of full speed. Just to let you know, it will have. Yeah, the horses do have lowered endurance because you have been traveling for about 12 hours a day.
Okay.
Yep. But as far as the level of exhaustion, because you guys weren't doing the actual moving, you don't have to roll for exhaustion levels at all. You are you're able to take rounds on all this stuff. You guys are fine. But for your horses on the pace, as an initial one, I want you to roll an animal handling check.
Hopefully I have a good.
And this will be to see if you trying to change the pace is going to spook the horses.
Not bad.
17.
They're able to begin to accelerate. They're picking up speed. They're now at a pretty good canter pace on this. You become 0.7 of a mile, 0.6 of a mile, about half a mile. And you hear the voice. Yeah, these rustlings become a little bit more bold. Some have switched sides from the left to the right and begin to finally get your first view. I want everyone other than the ranger to roll perception.
That is 22.
20.
Okay.
20.
14.
Everybody passed. As you begin to sit there, it's like you expected this to be an animal, and you're kind of right. It looks to have some wolf-like features, but it's taller. It appears to have some ragged clothing. This is running on 2 feet instead of 4. As far as the only person I think that should be able to make this roll is going to be Berlynn. I want you to make an Arcana check.
Okay. That's not going to do it. 7.
Holy fuck, that's a 2-legged wolf.
I've got pretty good Arcana.
Okay, then go ahead and make a roll.
19.
You're beginning to sit there and go. You start off with the immediate feeling as well. Holy fuck, a 2-legged wolf! And you sit there and go like, no. I remember reading something about this in the tomes that some of the pocket plains are rife with lycanthropy, and you're beginning to piece together that you're being chased by what appears to be a group of werewolves.
Well, shit, guys. If it's not vampires one day, it's werewolves the next.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing that they're like really drawing in on us now that we can see what they are, yeah?
I believe that they were drawing in on you already, and that's why they finally broke cover.
Ah.
Yeah. But at this point, they're beginning to chase after you. They're This is about the point where you can match speed with them. They're no longer gaining on you, but you're not separating from them. You're about half a mile from the town, 0.4 of a mile. Leovan, I'm going to have you make another animal handling check.
I want to start making pot shots.
I was going to shout Thunderball.
Yeah, I'll Thunderball. Fuck it.
That's a good
That's
Thunderball.
no good. That's a 9.
That's a 9. You begin to see that one of the horses on the right-hand side is beginning to tire out. The left one, not as bad, but you begin to see that the wagon is beginning to slow down. You're now 1/4 of a mile away. What was normally open gates, you now see are beginning to close in front of you. You see a couple of figures moving around, but you can't really hear anything that they're saying at this point. But the wagon's beginning to slow. You're 1/4 of a mile.
I want a Thunderball. Thunderball.
At this point, you throw the Thunderball. I'm going to have you. Are you going for a specific target, or are you going for an area?
Area.
All right. Go ahead and roll a dexterity-based attack with proficiency, since you invented this weapon.
So that would be. Where's my dexterity? Okay.
It's probably the same bonus as your Thunder Cannon.
I got a 10 total.
A 10 total. All right. You begin to throw it out, and you don't really know specifically where they're at. You just begin to throw it and see what happens. And you definitely overpowered the throw. It did get one individual who makes his save, but I'm going to have you roll 1d4 force damage, 1d4 thunder damage, and unfortunately he does not get pushed back or knocked prone.
Okay. 6 total.
6 total, okay. And that would be... Alright. At this point, you're... less than a quarter mile away. Now less than the 6th and 8th. By the time that you actually have arrived, you can see that the gates are closed, and now we don't have to watch this little black screen, because I'm going to port you over to what you do see.
Ooh. I need combat, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a lot.
Uh-huh.
Holy wolves, Batman.
Well then.
At this point, you see 5 humanoid, slower-moving werewolves after you, and a couple of wolves. You begin to wheel out of the wagon. Leovan definitely was able to turn and skirt the wagon.
Skirt.
Yeah, a couple of the wheels broke on this, but you guys can move yourselves however you want, wherever you want to start off at. But the gates are closed. Now you're beginning to hear the town watch sitting there just rolling. It's like, who the fuck are you? And things like that. Doing really stupid boorish, town guard shit.
Where's AS at?
AS is wherever you want him to be. My guess is, hold up, he's currently in your bag of holding because there wasn't enough room for everybody to be in the wagon.
Well, I'd like to pop him out first off.
You can do that once you guys all roll initiative, and I need to use the restroom.
Okay.
So let's, before we start this off, because this should be a much more significant battle, you guys have to be outside the walls. But we'll be right back after a message from our sponsor.
We have sponsors.
I managed to put in... I'm kind of okay starting where I am right now.
I know, I want to be on this side of the wagon.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Probably not a bad idea.
Because then I can fall back a good distance with how big this map is.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got a 500-foot range. Haha.
No, you have 150-foot range.
Now 150 foot, and its maximum range is at 500. Normal range.
You will never fucking hit anything at 500 feet. You realize that means you roll a disadvantage, right? You can't hit anything with no advantage.
I know. Hey, with how shitty I've been rolling outside of combat, maybe even with disadvantage it'll be like 1920s.
Maybe, but they basically both got to be high, otherwise you're just wasting 20s.
I definitely need to work on keeping track of AS better.
Why do you say that?
Oh, because I could have had him flying above us the entire time.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't think it's to make a huge difference. Hey, did you get around to making the character sheet for him?
Nope. I was busy making a background that seemed much more important.
Sure, yeah. Especially since you can derive anything you need to from the stat block you've got.
Yep.
So remember, when you roll initiative for him, it's your d20 plus his dex modifier.
Which I think is +3.
Berlynn, did you go in the wagon?
Yeah, I figure that's a good place to kind of fortify.
You just want to be protected by the paladin.
I am back.
Yeah, what is the paladin doing in the wagon? Ow.
She's the one that we were escorting from Barovia to Vallaki.
Oh, so is she conscious?
Yeah, that's Irina. She's just been just a non-participatory NPC basically.
At the moment, there's really no need for me to have involved her in there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'd be NPCs talking to NPCs, and I ain't about that life.
Jason's not trying to have a conversation with himself.
I'm not good enough at voice acting in order to do that. And you guys aren't playing D&D to watch me play with my toys.
We're not watching you play with yourself? Damn.
I know, this game really gets in the way of daylight. And you know what happens in the daylight.
Yup.
I'll pick up my phone.
Actually, is this wagon that we're in, is that a covered wagon?
It is a covered wagon.
Yeah, I'm not going to be in there. Can't shoot out of a covered wagon.
Can't shoot out of a covered wagon. Yeah, that's right.
But you have coverage.
Is everybody back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right, I've then. We're going to start off by rolling initiative.
Yeah.
There's a fire.
That's a 21, maybe.
That is a 15.
Don't tell me anything just yet.
Okay.
Secret 15.
Oof. All right, so we're going 25 to 20.
Yo.
What'd you get?
21.
All right, 19 to 15.
Toni, 18.
Bill, 15.
Okay. That. And then at 15, 14 to 10.
Hagrid got a 14.
Perfect.
Hagrid have 14.
He's a player, not the Hulk.
I don't know. I think the Vistiani might have a different idea of what he is.
Then Lucien, what did you get?
I got a solid 7, guys. Lucky number 11.
And you rolled well, so you could sit there and smart mouth everyone.
That's right.
I mean, why rush combat?
That's right. I mean, I'll sit here, for like 20 minutes just making snarky comments for you guys.
All right.
That's part of my character traits. Sarcasm and insults are my weapon of choice.
Really doing a stretch from your natural personality.
I know, right?
Look, sometimes you got to think outside the box. Sometimes the box is where it is for a reason.
You're really doing a stretch here. All right, so the important things to note is at this time, I need to use this. We're going to meet on the map. This gate here is closed. And we will start off. I have one more roll I need to make. I'm sorry.
How come some of the wolves have blue markers on them?
Because they're special.
Are they ice wolves?
Don't worry about it.
Or they're
The water
werewolves who have
elementals?
transformed.
Don't
Vampire wolf.
worry about it.
I'm worrying about it.
Go ahead and Leovan, start us off.
All right. How high is this wall behind us?
It's about 30 feet in the air.
Go.
Yeah, I don't think I can climb that.
Shut the fuck
You definitely can't because it's straight up and down lumber.
I was hoping it was like 10 and I could jump off the wagon or something.
He's a wood elf. You're trying to say he can't climb wood?
Not the amount of time it takes to climb up straight up and down spiked gates would.
Okay.
Try it, Scott.
Yep. Instead of that,
What's the point of fighting when you can just sit there and go, it's like, you got a fucking wall to deal with, asshole.
Yeah.
Now I got a question. Does the wall have a top that I could get on top of?
What?
Is it like a rampart where it's got the two walls and there's a platform in the middle?
Yeah.
Nope.
That's what I was trying to think of.
Nope.
Instead, I'm gonna cast my spike growth.
Okay.
Once I check how much space that.
I think it was 20-foot radius.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Okay. Then let's do that.
That's Mordenkainen's magnificent mansion. That's not spike growth at all.
I got it.
Like the middle
20
of
foot,
that,
20 foot
right?
radius.
Yep. So 20-foot radius centered on a point in twist makes difficult terrain. If you move through it, 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet you travel in there. Yep.
You do a lot with that.
Where are you guys thinking is a good spot?
It's not their job. It's your job.
All right.
That's true.
Somewhere where there are enemies. Does that help?
That's pretty
Subtly
good.
weighing in.
I'll go right here. Baby.
All right. Draw your 20-foot radius circle.
How do I do that?
So on the menu
Ooh,
here,
I got it.
And then you can go draw shape. Hold Alt and draw your circle.
Hold Alt. Hey, that's a square. How do I make it a circle?
So if you hold Alt and draw while you're doing it, then it makes a circle.
Yep.
I'm holding Alt.
Then, Alt, then click.
How do I undo this?
Control Z.
It's not working.
Jay has to get rid of him.
I'm holding Alt and it's just making.
All right, then I'll do it for you.
I'm trying. Look, Alt, Shift. Nope.
That looks like
your Alt
Alt.
key not work.
Try the other one.
Definite.
So that's where you want
Shift. North of that.
Where all the boxes are at.
Like here, kind of the middle.
it. Okay. Yeah, let me make sure that's the right.
That's about right. Yeah, that's about right. I think it's a little big.
That actually needs to be 5 feet bigger.
Ooh. Yeah, whatever doesn't bump into Hagrid then.
So
there it is.
I think you're going to have to sacrifice either 1 gets hit or 6 gets hit. I don't think you can do both. But then you'll get the 3 wolves back there, and then that 1 werewolf is right there. So if they move,
Yeah, right where it's at. Right.
Yep. If they move, every square that they move, they have to take 2d4 points of damage.
Perfect.
Yep.
Nice.
And that is a concentration spell.
Yep.
At that point, you begin to see what appears to be just a bunch of spiked vines begin to come up through the ground. It's based off of the fact of what it is. It's not really well camouflaged like the spell description is, because you're sitting there and trying to obviously control the battlefield. That comes up. And anything else you want to do with your turn?
Then I'm going to shoot this nearby wolf right here with my bow.
All right, roll to attack. What number did I mark?
Natural 20.
All right.
Nice.
Roll damage and double the dice.
That's a 6 plus 4. So,
okay, so
12 plus 4?
That's 12 plus 4. That would be 18, 18 damage. And that is number 5. You're able to hit the wolf directly in the eye. and goes quite deeply through as you found a soft spot to it. It looks very, very not well off. It's close to death.
Aim for the eyes.
Yep. And also, Corey, my bad, I messed up.
Okay.
Oh well, it worked out.
Yeah.
And then after that, we have the wolves going. This one's going to start moving towards, if I'm on the right thing here, going to move 1, 2, and that's going to take 2d4 damage. That's 1 and a 3, so that does 4 damage to it. 4. This one's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 to get out. 6, so that's 1, 7, 8, 9, 12, 14, 17, and finally 19 points of damage for number 8. To answer your question, Corey, yes, it's difficult terrain. Wolves have outrageous move speed.
Okay.
This one is going directly to you guys. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is 12 rolls.
Jeez.
3, 5, 8, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, and 2 more rolls. I don't even have to make the last one. It died.
It's
Well
succumbed
done.
to its fucking wounds. That's awesome.
Which one did I mark that off? That was number 9. So 9 is out of the fight.
Stupid animal.
This one's coming through. 1, 2, 3. So that's 6 rolls there in order to get out. And is going to be there. So there's 2, 6, 8, 12, 15, 19. And that one was what number? I gotta move this in order to see number 7. That guy looks really shitty as well. And this one is going to come across, and I wish I'd stopped opening up fucking menus. I want to move you, that's all. Coming there. This one is coming 1, 2, 3, 4. And 3 can't act. This one is going to come straight through. 1, 2, 3. So that's, I'm going to call that 1 roll. And that's how far it will be able to get. So that will be 2. That will be 4 points of damage on number 2. Alright, so the wolves are going to attack now. Both of these wolves are going after you, Lucien. And due to pack tactics, they both have advantage on their 1 strike. First one is 11 plus 4, so that's a 15 to your armor class.
Misses.
Alright, the second one is a natural 20.
That'll hit.
Yeah. So that will do 2d4 plus 2.
I'll use Uncanny Dodge.
That's 10 plus, that goes up to 20. Oh, no, I'm sorry, that was already double. That's 10, 12. So that's 12 points of piercing damage, reduced to 6 due to Uncanny Dodge. And then I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. I'm sorry, strength saving throw. Strength saving throw.
Oh, man, strength. Jackass. That's a 2.
The wolf rips you down to the ground. You're now considered prone and releases you. So you're not grappled, but you'll have to start off on the ground. All attacks until you get up have advantage against you. These wolves here are all going to, 4 wolves around the cart, are going to attack the cart directly. 1 hit, that's 2 hits, that's 3 hits, and that's 4 hits. But because it is a structure, it gets half damage. So that's 2, that's 4. The first one is 6.
Stupid wagon with your low ass AC.
1, 4, 6, 12. 7 plus 2 is 9. That's 21. That's 5 plus 2 is 7. So that's 28 damage reduced to 14 when all is said and done. So that will be. The wagon looks visibly gnawed right now, and that is Wolf's turn. Toni Pobar, you are up.
Okay. Let's see here. I want to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is taking. Yeah, screw it. I'll take the bird out of the bag.
All right, that's your bonus action, and let me get the link out here for this. Fudge. Oh, that isn't free assets. Great. Eagle!
Alright, and then for an attack, I want to throw a thunderball.
Okay. So your throw will be about 60 feet.
Alright. So, yep. I want to throw it right. Hold on, I gotta get back to the right thing. Right there.
Okay. So go ahead and roll a attack roll.
Is the
He's gonna
wagon
blow up the wagon.
He has to figure it out for himself.
What do I have to figure out?
Don't worry about it.
He's
Roll your
gonna blow
attack
up the
roll.
wagon, but it's okay.
7 plus 5, so a 13.
13 hits for
If
all of
she
them.
dies, we end this campaign.
So it hits.
It hits the 3 wolves closest to you and the wagon. So I'm going to have you roll 1d4 force damage, 1d4 thunder damage, and then I'm also going to have you. No, never mind. That's something I need to do.
Okay. So the D4s, again, a 3 and a 3.
So that's
6 total.
6 to 3, 6 and 8. So that will bring him down to.
Scott, are you still trying to draw circles?
Now I can though. I figured it out.
And guess what? Number 8 has
It has to look like
it's a bullet.
spikes.
Do I need to roll initiative for AS?
No, because for this one, I'm gonna have you just have to give him orders, and at the end of every round, he's gonna continue on his order. So we're just gonna put him towards the end.
Okay.
Yep. So that is your turn right now. The remainders need to make a DC save. The first one fails. The second one succeeds. So this one is blown. This one is blown back 10 yards from your direction, or 10 feet from your direction. So that'd be. Come on, I need to move you. Let me move you. 1. There's 2, and he's in the spike growth, which will do 2d4 plus 2 damage.
Tag
There's
team.
1. That's 4 damage on number 6. All right, Toni, that's it.
That's it.
Werewolves are up to go. Let's see here. Let's pull this map real quick. This one is coming up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Saw what happened to the other wolves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one sits there and goes, fuck it, I'm in here anyway. 1, 2, 3 has to take 6 rolls. That's 2, 5, 9, 10, 11, 15 damage to, that is number 3. By the way, Scott, great stuff with crowd control, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This one's coming in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not quite in range to attack yet. And that is the werewolf's turn. Berlynn, you're up.
Sweet. I am going to cast Sleep.
Okay.
And
What does that do?
It helps him rape people.
Yeah. So I
he's-
roll 5d8, and it affects that many hit points worth of creatures in a 20-foot radius.
Okay, from you?
From a point that I choose within 90 feet of me.
Cool.
So it's like a mass raping tool.
We're going to call the spell the Magic Cosby.
Ooh.
Too
So
soon.
that
And what spell are you going, or what level are you casting this spell at?
it is level 1.
Level 1? Cool. So roll 5d8 and let me know the number.
Okay. That's just the... I can't move the circle.
Hold up. I need you to delete those.
We're really good at drawing.
We can't delete things that we draw, Jay.
I fucking can't delete them either.
Then they don't. Then that's where they stay.
You daft motherfuckers.
I'm gonna practice circle
There
drawing.
we go. There's one gone.
Okay. I know how circles work now.
All right. Just click where you want me to go here, because this isn't a long last. In fact, it's a one and done.
Okay. So I want that to happen.
Oh my God! Stop it.
I thought I figured out a way to delete it.
Turns out Scott's just pressing a button, thinking it's deleting things.
No, I'm trying to read through the help stuff.
Oh.
All right. So probably centered on this blue dot wolf up here.
This one right here.
Yeah.
All right. Roll your 5d8.
Okay.
5D.
So that's 7. That needs to make it. That is 4. And go.
$25.
25. So we start with the lowest HP. So that would mean that number 7 is asleep. That travels over to number 5. He's asleep. And that gives us 22 left. What's the next one here? 7, 5, and what's the last one here? 4 would be next. 4 is there, so that's sleep. All right, so these 3 wolves right here are not awake, since they had to be. Where is something for sleeping? I've got a grenade. That's nice. Here we go. This looks like sleeping. You're asleep. You're asleep. And you're asleep. There we go. That's your turn.
I'm gonna take a bonus action and just shoot my hand crossbow at the werewolf closest to me.
That is a full action, not a bonus action.
Oh, I have a crossbow expert, which gives me a bonus action to fire a hand crossbow.
Well, then go ahead then.
Ooh. So,
And which target are you going after?
the werewolf north of those 3 wolves.
All right, werewolf 1. Okay, go ahead and roll to attack.
Okay. That is 19.
That hits. Roll damage.
5.
Okay. 53. Now that you're done, we move up to Hagrid.
By the way, guys, I can delete stuff.
If you hit any of the sleeping wolves, they wake up.
Yep.
But only after you beat the hell out of them.
There you go.
All right, I am going to cast Sacred Flame against the wolf by the closest to me by the cart, by the wagon.
The blue dotted wolf?
Yes.
Okay.
Right next to our nice wooden cart.
Mm-hmm.
It's only going to hit him.
Yep.
It's
So
a
it's a
creature,
line.
not an area effect.
Okay.
Calling me Mike? Or
And then what level are you? So you're at the 5th, so it's 2d8 damage, correct?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and target must make a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 damage. So what is your spell DC that he needs to beat?
16.
He's not going to do it. Roll damage.
He's not gonna
6.
All right. 6 for wolf number 1. Okay.
And then for my bonus action, I am going to turn and
You can sit there, and Sacred Flame could count as your bonus action because you cast a spell under level 2. So you can do something a little bit bigger. Just if you cast 2 spells, one of them has to be level 2 or lower.
all right. I'm going to turn and I'm going to use my hand axe against the wolf, the sleeping wolf that is behind me.
All right, that is number 4. Roll to attack. If you hit, it's an automatic critical.
And he has advantage.
Yep.
Oh, good lord. Let's see. 12.
That hits just barely, but it's still an automatic critical. So, roll damage and then add a full weapon level. So, the hand axe is 1d6.
Yes.
So it's 6 plus whatever you roll plus whatever your normal modifiers are.
Well, with my normal modifiers, it's 9. I don't know what else I get to add.
You still get to roll the dice. So it's we start off because it's
No, that is with my dice roll. I got a 6.
Okay, so you got.
And then you added your 3.
6.
And I added my 3 for slash damage. Yeah.
So that's
Okay.
15 damage.
Yeah.
Which was exactly how much you needed to make sure this wolf didn't wake up. Or ever. Alright, Hagrid's done. Now it is the archer's turn. They're seeing what's going on here. This one can't really see past the cart. So they're both going to fire at werewolf number 1. The first one will hit. The second one will hit. And that will be 1d8 plus 1 for both of those.
I was hoping we were going to get some help from the onlookers.
Yeah, and that's 11 from there. So that would be 2 to werewolf 1. After that, you have the paladins. The paladins are going to just come up here, seeing through the iron parts of the door, and they are going to cast a paladin spell each. As I look up what them to do. Come on. Come on. Where is Divine Intervention?
Is it a spell?
I think it's a spell, unless it's an ability.
It is not a spell.
All right. Remember how this goes, so that it doesn't burn a slot. They have to roll a d8. The first one does not get a response. The second one does. You begin to see this paladin right here begin to glow with radiant energy. He points his fingers out into the sky about 30 degrees up, and he is going to blast an arc right there that is going to hit Werewolf 1, Wolf 2, and both of the sleeping wolves. And it is going to do 3d12 plus 6 damage. It's 2. That's 10 total. And if I can keep it on the board, I can accept the roll. And that's 12, so it does 24 plus 6, so 30 damage. So that's dead. That's dead. And both of these are still alive. That goes down that much. I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. 4. And that first werewolf is not looking good. That ends the paladin's turn, and that paladin cannot do that ability again for another week. Lucien,
week?
Fine intervention, man.
Wow, that's pretty intense. Okay, so I'm prone. What do I have to do to get up?
You just stand up and use half your movement.
Okay, so then I'll stand up.
Mm-hmm.
There's really... So the werewolf's not looking good?
That werewolf to the north is not looking good.
This one?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so you said half my move speed. So if I use dash, I'll get 9. 1, 2, 3. Am I the last one to go?
There's a few other individuals that go after you. But you're the last of the party to go.
I guess I'll pull out my short bow and take a shot at the werewolf.
Alright. Go ahead and roll to attack.
Okay, that's 13 plus 7, so 20.
20 hits.
Then 5 damage.
5 damage. It hits there in his chest. It begins to drop to one knee. Begins to breathe heavy, but it comes and stands right back up. But it's beginning to rue the day it decided to chase after you guys.
Alright, and then I'm going to move... Actually, no, I'm going to stay right where I'm at, I guess. Yeah.
Alright. That brings us to the pikemen. The pikemen can't really see anything. They're not really in range of anything either. And just shouting at you guys, he goes like, "What are you fucking crazy bringing that shit here?" And that ends their turn. I mean, they have an attack range of 10 feet. The only thing within 10 feet of them are you. And then Irina is up. Irina is going to escape the wagon going this way. And he's going to make 2 attacks at the blue wolf. First one is going to miss. Second one is going to hit. And that will be 7 plus 2 is 9 plus 2 holy damage. That's 11 damage on wolf number, if I can read it, 1. That brings them down. Okay. Now we got Aeus.
Yep. He's just gonna hang out here with me.
All right. Bring us back to the top, Leovan.
All right, thanks for that contribution from the bird. What are good options here?
Just to give you a game reminder, if you cast another spell, your spiked growth will disappear.
Is it any spell or just a concentration spell?
I know you can't hold 2 concentration spells at a time. For the sake of this game, if you cast a non-concentration spell, I'll make you roll a Constitution saving throw. And then the DC changes by the spell level to see if you can keep your concentration.
Okay. And that's I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Remind me on that way, guys. That's how we're going to do it from now on.
Okay.
All right. With that in mind, I'm going to go this way.
Okay.
And shoot at this dude.
All right, go for it.
Shoot, what's my 19?
19 hits.
And that's a 6 plus 4, and then I'm gonna use my enchanted bowstring
for an extra 1.
For an extra 7.
Okay, so that does 17 damage in total?
Yes.
Perfect. Anything else?
I'm going to shoot at him again.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 18.
18 hits.
That's a 7 plus 4, so 11.
All right.
And then...
those arrows did quite a bit. Yep.
And then I'm going to Horde Breaker and shoot at that wolf next to him.
How many attacks do you get a turn?
I get 2.
Okay.
And then Horde Breaker. So if there's 2 right next to each other, I get an extra attack on the one right next to him with the same weapon.
Very cool. Go ahead. For 3.
That's 17.
17 hits. Holy shit, you're cut out there.
And that's an 8. So 8 plus 4.
That's 12 damage. Well, thank you for making the math easier.
I just Legolisted it up.
Yeah, seriously.
Flippin' did, dude. Holy crap. Great job. That brings us to the wolves now. This wolf is going to not be the circle. So that's 2 rolls. And to get there, that's going to be 4 rolls that it has to take. That's wolf number 6. That is 1, 5, 7, 9 damage that it takes for wolf number 6. And it is barely hanging on, but it's going to make a bite attack at Irina.
I just want to point out that Leovan loosed 3 arrows in 6 seconds, hit with all of them, and did good damage too.
Yep. So what was the bite? That's 2d4.
So that level of rolling isn't going to hold up.
3, 5, that's 7 damage to Irina. And so that will be... And then she needs to make a DC, and she passes it. So she gets bit by the wolf, but does not get dragged down.
Gee, I wonder what it's like to be so strong.
Yep. This wolf is going to be making the same attack, and because of pack mentality, gets advantage. Doesn't matter, it hits. So that does 1. That does 4, 6 damage. So that's there. And then she needs to make the saving throw again, gets natural 20, tries to get wrestled, just rips her arm free from the wolf. This one is going to curl around and make an attack at Leovan. And that is a 12 to your armor class, Leovan.
16 is my armor class.
Well, fuck us then. This one is going to curl around and is going after Blink. And that is going to be a natural 1. Whiffs and only gets a good sense of the air. At this point, I think all of the wolves are done. And that brings us up to Toni Pobar.
All right, I'm good with standing exactly where I'm at and shooting at this genius.
Okay, go for it. Werewolf 5.
And I plan on using Thundermonger, so.
Okay.
9.
9's your total, or 9's your roll?
9's my total.
All right. That misses.
I never would have guessed. Bonus action, I'll reload.
All right. And that's it for your turn?
That's it.
Now it's the werewolf's turn. This one, noticing that you fired upon it, and its feral, wolfy, less than human instincts, is going after you. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't really get to you. This one here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because it can't really attack anything else, it's going to attack the wagon. Natural 19.
Ooh, man.
There, and that would be a claw attack, so that's still going to be 3, 7, 9 damage to the wagon. That wagon is not holding up too well, guys. This one is going to come down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and going to make a swipe at Lucien. That will be a 14 to armor class.
Misses.
Misses. All right. And then this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then using its turn to dash, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and taking 4 rolls in order to get with the cleric. That's 3, 7, 11, 15 damage. Okay. And that one was, what werewolf was that? Werewolf 2, 14 damage. All right. At that point, this werewolf has to go through and going 1, 2, 3 for its turn. Because its damage is not going to dash, but still has to take 6 rolls. That's 2. That's 4, 5, 9, 13, 17 damage for werewolf 3. 3 minus 17 would be... All right. No, I'm sorry. I forgot to carry the 1. There we go. After the werewolves are done, it's Berlynn.
All right. I think I want to move here.
If you do, you trigger an attack of opportunity from Wolf 2.
Do I now?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then I think I'll just shoot it in the head.
Do you have a close range weapon at all?
So, crossbow expert, I don't take a disadvantage on being... What does it say?
Melee range.
Being within 5 feet of a hostile creature.
Well, then why don't you fucking attack?
I believe it also says that he does not provoke attacks of opportunity from doing it either.
Yep. Okay. Why don't you fucking attack?
19 plus stuff.
It hits.
19
plus stuff.
19 and some change.
I'll tell you guys right now, a natural 19 will hit.
9 damage.
9 damage. All right, so that puts that there. That wolf is looking pretty good. It's clearly healthier than some of the other wolves that you guys killed. But god damn, it's looking like it's beginning to rue the day across you guys. All right. Anything else?
I think I'm all right.
All right, that ends your turn. That brings us to Hagrid.
I just want to know if Corey's keeping track. That's the second brew of the day. So.
Yep. Look, I don't know a lot about wolves, but I know that they have a penchant for ruining things.
I think I saw that on Animal Planet.
Like, tell me the last time you've seen a happy wolf.
Well, no, that's why their Latin name is Canis rufus.
Oh, jeez.
That was bad.
I'm laughing because of how bad it was, so it might as well be good now.
and I apologize for captioning that.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Did you say you get inspiration dice for catching it?
Yeah, that's inspiration to you, Hagrid, and de-inspiration to Lucien. You get to take points from one of his rolls and add it to yours.
I want to take a look at Irina and see how she's looking in this battle so far. Is she looking like she's on her own, or is she looking?
She's looking a little rough, but not to the point in which you'd sit there and say she can't handle it.
All right.
She looks like she got bit by a wolf.
Yep.
Isn't she part vampire anyways?
No, that's not how it works.
She has been bitten.
She has been bitten, but she hasn't been converted.
Okay.
All right. In that case, I am going to cast Sacred Flame again against the wolf that is just outside the thorns.
This one right here?
Yeah, that one there.
Cool. That means I have to make a dexterity saving throw against your spell DC, which was what again, 16?
16.
Rolls a natural 20, so roll the 2d8 and it takes half damage. Because I don't like the way that spell is written, that it does or none.
6, so 3 damage.
3 damage to wolf number 6. Guess what? 1 damage was all you needed.
Nice.
This is a ragged ass wolf.
Mm-hmm.
That's your dexterity.
That wolf isn't ruined anymore.
Ooh, he rued the day he rued things. Ooh, he's trying.
For the record, the word of the day apparently is rue.
This episode brought to you by Rue.
It's what emo kids do all the time.
All right, and then for my bonus action, I'm going to attack the werewolf that is directly in front of me.
That can be your main action, actually.
Okay.
Once again, Sacred Flame being a cantrip counts as a bonus action.
Sorry, I will try to remember that next time.
Yep. Yeah, just remember any spell that you cast under level 2. So cantrips 1s and 2s, you can sit there and do it as a bonus action. 3s and above can only be main action.
All right.
Yep. So you are with your main action attacking with your hand axe.
Yep.
Go ahead, and you're going after a werewolf?
Yeah, the one that's that right next to me.
Yep. Werewolf 2. Okay.
And that is a natural 20.
That is a natural 20. Go ahead and roll your critical attack damage. So 6 plus 3, so that's 9 plus what does the dice say?
1.
So 10 damage. All right. That wolf is now starting to look a little bit shaky. Or that werewolf should start to look shaky. With you being done, that's the archer's turn. This archer... pretty much clearest line of sight is the werewolf in front of you, Hagrid. And then this one is going to go after Wolf 2. So these are attacks. That is a 15 plus 4, so a 19, so that hits the werewolf. That is an 18 plus 4, so that easily hits the wolf. 1d8 plus 1, which will be a 6 plus 1, so that's 7 damage to the werewolf. Let's bring that down to there, and then this one will do... That's a full-blown 8, so that's 9 damage to Wolf 2, and that guy... He's past Rue right now. He's at straight-up lament. Archer's done, so that brings Paladins. Paladins are going to cast another spell, because swords really don't work well when the gate is closed. The first one it's going to do is... Let's see what Cure Wounds is. If I need to be in contact with you. If you guys, while I'm looking up the spell here, want to sit there and have a message from our sponsors, now's a great time.
I don't know if Paladins' spells are different than clerics, but this says that I would have to touch the person.
That one is true. So there's other ones. I just want to make sure I've got the right spell here.
What are you looking up?
I'm looking up the spell heal. And here it is. That one is too powerful for these guys. So instead, they are going to cast Divine Smite as well, both at wolf number 2. So there is a 17, so it makes it save. And the other one, it does not make it save. So that is 1d8 divided by 2, so that's 3 damage to wolf 2. And that is 4 damage. And that's the wrong object here. And wolf 2 has bit the big one. Maximum lamenting achieved. So paladins are done. Lucien, you're up.
Okay. I guess I will take a stab at this werewolf, since I don't really see a way to give myself an upper hand anywhere on this battlefield currently.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, not enough time is to stack the dead up like in 300 and then kick that wall out in front of the werewolf.
Right, yeah, and I can't really move around to help or to flank with Hagrid because I don't feel like getting stabbed by shit.
Mm-hmm.
Does a 11 hit?
You're going after a werewolf?
Yeah.
It just barely misses.
Okay, so then I guess I'll try again with my offhand.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 17.
That hits, and if I recall correctly, your offhand is usually your poison dagger.
Typically speaking, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That is 10 damage.
10 damage to werewolf 1. That ends werewolf 1's life.
Nice. And then I'm going to use my move speed to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. I'm going to come down here behind Leovan, and then I'll be done.
At this point, it's the pikeman's turn. Everything that was within 10 feet of the gate that they're going to attack is now dead, so they're just going to focus. They're going to hold their action. If any enemy goes towards that gate, they're going to attack. Irina is next up, and is going after wolf number 1, and is going to make 2 attacks. The first one hits, the second one hits, so that is going to be 1d8, so that's 5, plus 2 is 7. The second one is a 4, plus 2 is 6, that's 13 damage. And then because she attacked, she's going to curl around here. Yeah. Irina's done. Aeus!
Alright. He is going to grab me, and we're going to go fly somewhere.
All right, go ahead and make a athletics check for Aeus. Since you're a willing participant, it's not a contested roll.
And that's what, a strength modifier?
Yeah.
Bitches. 21.
All right, you successfully he successfully takes his mechanical claws onto you, and you are free to move.
All right. So we want to go right there.
All right.
That's where we're going to go. Fucking
move yourself there. And then AS will be 1 panel farther than you, I guess?
Yep.
Yep.
So we'll be there.
Okay. And that ends Aes's turn. That brings us back up to the top. Leovan, do shit and things.
All right. I'm going to use Hail of Thorns for my next hit, which will end the spike growth. But because it's a concentration.
Because it's based off your next range attack that hits.
Yep.
What level are you casting Hail of Thorns at? Because there'll be 10 for every level you cast it at.
Let's juice it up to 2 then.
Yep, as your bonus action. So you'll cast it at the second level. So you, for your next range attack, roll an extra 2d10 for damage.
Okay.
At the end of your turn, that's when spike growth will go. So if you blow somebody into it, you'll still take damage until the end of your turn, because that's when the magic fully fades.
Okay.
So there you go. What do you do now?
Shoot at this dude.
Okay.
10 plus 7, 17.
I'm debating whether or not you roll at disadvantage because you've got somebody right up in your grill.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't know the specific answer, I'm going to say no, I'm not going to make you do it yet. So 17 will hit.
Okay.
Yep.
That's a 4 plus 4, and then I roll
2d10 for
I rolled a 0
for
the
10.
extra. Oh, okay.
Yep.
So,
and then you got a second d10 there that you can roll because you cast it at a second level.
oh, my bad. That's a 1.
All right, so that's 11. And what was the damage from the arrow itself?
4 plus 4.
So 11 plus 8, that will be 19 damage. Nice. After that, because nobody got blasted, is there any other actions you have for this turn?
Nope, I'm out.
All right. At that point, if I get into the right map here... God damn it. Matt Damon. All right. That circle's no longer there. That will bring us up to Teen Wolf. This wolf is...
Teen Wolf?
Yeah. Michael J. Fox is going after everybody right now. This one is going to continue chasing Colania. And both... Oh, gosh. Go back to one. And one's going to make an attack at Irina. The other one's going to make an attack at Leovan. And keep it on the board. That's going to be a miss to Irina. And that's going to be a 15 to Leovan's armor class.
I'm a 16.
And that just barely misses. The wolves are really fucking shit up for themselves right now. That ends the wolves' turn. Tony Pobar.
All right. I'm going to take a pot shot at said werewolf again.
Number 5?
Yep.
Do it if you're cool.
How about a 22?
22 is a certified hit.
All right. Crap. I should have said I was using Thundermonger. Oh, well.
It's really nice when you leave your eyes open as you shoot.
Yeah. So my 2d4, or no, 2d6, I get 4 plus 4, so 8.
It's 2d6 plus 2, I thought.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but I got a 4 total plus 4 for piercing, so 6. Or 8.
Okay.
Brain work function, yes.
All right. The guy's beginning to look bloodied, number 5 there. That brings us to the werewolves. This one turns around, looking confused, but understands that you're not the closest threat anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and stopping there because it can't attack anybody. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, curling around, and this one is going to make a swipe at Leovan. So 14 plus 4 for a bite attack. That's going to be a D8 plus 2. That's 8 damage to you, Leovan. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I don't like that. 13.
Okay. You feel that there's some sort of evil magic that was transmitted through the bite, and you're able to shrug and rip your arm out from there before it was able to take hold.
Oof.
Yep. At that point, it is Berlynn's turn.
All right.
Hold on. I'm sorry, I forgot about Werewolf over here. This one's going to make another bite attack at Hagrid. And that is a 15 to Hagrid's armor class.
18.
18, so that didn't do a whole lot of shit.
He just did a whole lot of...
Yeah, this one is going to come through and is going to make another one due to pack tactics, gets advantage. And come on, keep it on the flipping board. That's a natural 1 and a natural 5, so neither one of those hit. And that, for real, ends the werewolf turns. Now it's Berlynn's turn.
Okay. So logistically, I can hide behind people. If I move here, can I be hidden from the werewolf to the south? Or does it have to be direct line of sight?
You can be hidden based off of the result of a stealth check. So you're taking your bonus action to hide.
Right.
Yep, so roll stealth.
Okay.
Because how it's set up is basically determines the DC that I have to consider.
Does he get any bonus for hiding behind a Goliath? Maybe my size can be a...
It does factor into the DC, yes. So he won't roll with advantage or disadvantage. It just, based off of the line of sight, based off the cover that you provide, changes the number that he has to hit.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my number is 6 plus 8, 15.
Okay. You sit there and you are trying to hide behind the body of the world's most giant cleric. And you think you did a good job, but you're not quite sure yet. You won't know until you try to do something.
I'm going to shoot the werewolf to the south.
All right, werewolf number 3.
Yeah. And that is a 10 plus...
I can tell you if you're proficient, you hit.
Oh, okay. I am proficient.
Go ahead and roll sneak attack damage.
Sweet!
It's great when they roll a natural 2 on perception. For some reason, my villain dice give you exactly what you need to try shit.
11 plus 4, 15 damage.
15 damage to werewolf number 3. Okay. He has gone past ruin and straight to the lamenting as well.
Yes.
It's still a small amount of lamenting. He could do a hell of a lot more.
Alright, that'll do it for my turn.
Alright, after Berlynn, we got Hagrid.
Alright. I am going to...
Before you do anything, just to give you a status update, that's number 2. The one to your south looks really shitty. The one to your east looks kind of shitty.
Okay. The one to the east, then, I am going to attack with my axe.
Okay. Your hand axe of hand axing?
Yeah. That's an 11.
11 just barely misses.
Okay.
And then, because a hand axe is a light weapon, you can use your bonus action to use the other hand axe. But that's more, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, trying to make sure I remember.
No. Then I'm going to try to hit him with Sacred Flame then.
Do it. That is... Stay on the fucking board. That is a fail. So roll your 2d8 damage.
5 total.
5 total. Okay. He looks slightly shittier now, but anything else?
I wasn't aware I get more than 2.
If you wanted to move, because you'd only provoke 1 attack from opportunity. That's basically it. If you wanted to,
I think they can probably move as far as I can move, so I'll just stay right where I am.
All right, hold the gates. After that, it's Archer's turn. This Archer, thanks to the fallen bodies, will have line of sight on this werewolf. This one, because of the way that the tree stand is built in there, I think we'll have to go to this one right here. So that's going to be 2 attacks on werewolves 2 and 3. Werewolf 2's attack missed. The one to werewolf 3 was a natural 20. So that is 8 plus 7, which is 15, plus 1, which is 16. These archers are really helping you out. That guy was able to find it right in between the eyes, and from what you know is werewolves do die when you shoot an arrow into their brain. Just immediately
that's the lore.
Goes down to the knees and elbows, and finally just falls down. After that, it's paladins. Paladins still can't do shite. So they're going to hold their turn. Pikemen aren't up yet because it's Lucien's turn.
Okay, am I able to move through Irina to get to around her?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to move around her to right there.
Okay.
So that I can finally do some sneaky stuff. Or not sneaky, just dirty. And flank that wolf. Yeah. Does a 14 hit?
14 will hit.
Okay. So that's...
The reason why I was confused there is because I was looking up at the werewolf stat blocks. I was like, but that wolf's already dead. It's like, oh, werewolf.
All right. So that's 6, 11 damage from my dagger, and 15 damage from the opportunist strike.
So it is 26 total?
26 total, yeah.
All right. That wolf finally bit the big one. Maximum relenting achieved.
Nice.
You did exactly what you needed to kill it, by the way.
Oh, okay. And then I will throw my other dagger at this werewolf here.
Okay.
So...
that one I will also grant sneak damage to because it's a new target. And
okay.
Occupying it pretty well.
Okay. But I rolled a 9, so I miss.
Okay, yeah. So that poison dagger is now going to be in this box that I draw right here, right now.
Did you roll with advantage because you were hidden?
I'm not hidden.
No,
never mind.
It's not that he was hidden. It was that he was the enemy was preoccupied.
Got it. Okay.
Did I get? Wait. So I didn't have advantage on that roll though, right?
The way that I would interpret it is because it's your second target. You sat there, you spun your body around and just let the dagger loose. So you would have had advantage, but because it's not something you had time to focus on, that gives you disadvantage as well. So it canceled out.
Oh, okay. So just stand. Okay.
Yep. So normally if it was your first target, you had got to size it up a little bit longer, you would have had advantage.
Okay.
Yep. Anything else?
Nope.
Pikemen continue to hold and be completely pointless in this fight. Irina is going to make a decision roll and decides that werewolves are kind of fucked up shit. So if I'm in the right menu, don't draw a box over Irina, she's just going to back up a little bit And then let's go. Where does she want to back up to? I think right there behind Lucien will give her max protection. And then she's going to throw her sword at the werewolf in front of Hagrid, rolling with disadvantage because it's not a thrown weapon. So that's a 10 plus her no proficiency there, plus her dex, which is 12. Which, surprisingly, I don't know how this worked, actually hit. And was an 8. So that is 12 damage. Hold up, not 12 damage, that's 10 damage. To werewolf number alive. Werewolf 2. Alright, Hagrid, you had no idea this was coming, but at a certain point you just hear this sound, and right into the shoulder of the werewolf you see a sword that just by pure dumb luck was able to find its way into the body of the werewolf, and it's just kind of sitting there. Its arm falls limp a little bit, but it is still, capable of werewolfing. But you just sit there and goes like, huh, that's actually impressive if you try to do that.
Odin's beard.
At that point, Aes.
He's gonna chill here with me again.
All right. That brings us to Leovan at the top.
Send this one out, Toni, huh?
I'm keeping my distance like a good gnome.
Right. I'm going to back up a little bit.
That will provoke 2 attacks of opportunity, by the way.
Is it too late?
Technically, yes.
Okay. Well.
So that's going to be a claw attack from the werewolf, which is 8 plus 3 is 11, so that's likely going to miss. The wolf getting advantage due to pack tactics. And that will hit. So the wolf will do 2, 6, 8 piercing damage to Leovan.
Ouchie. Okay. Then I'm going to fire an arrow here.
Okay.
That's an 11 plus 7, 18.
Hits.
With a 4 plus 4.
Okay, so 8 damage?
Yep.
Okay.
And then hit him again.
Okay.
So 17 plus 7, I assume that hits.
Oh, for sure it does.
And a 1 plus 4.
Alright, so that's 5 damage. He officially looks bloodied now.
Okay.
You ruined his tattered werewolf cloak.
And I'm gonna Horde Breaker and hit the wolf next to him.
Okay, attack but roll so with disadvantage because the wheels are slightly in the way.
Okay, that's fair. I had a 11 and a 20, so 11 plus 7, 18.
Hits.
And a 2 plus 4.
2 plus 4 on Wolf 3. Alright. That ends your turn, yes?
Yep.
Lone Wolf's turn now.
Oh, that wolf's so cool.
Yeah. This one's going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Crawling around here, and then is going to make an attack at Lucien. That's 15 plus 4, so a 19.
Hits. He's uncanny dodge.
4, 8, 10, reduced to 5 damage. 5 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then that will be the end of that. Toni Pobar!
Alright, let's shoot at a werewolf again.
The only character that I sit there and always say his first and last name.
Alright. That's 22.
Okay, I'm assuming you use Thundermonger.
Yep.
Okay. Number 5 or number 4?
The one that I have a clear line of sight on. So that one.
Number 5, okay.
All right, so that's 4d6.
Mm-hmm.
5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 total.
All right. He's not looking too happy. If anything, he looks like he's almost dying.
Okay, and I want to move a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try and give me a slightly better line of sight on that next one.
All right. And then I'm assuming you're going to use your bonus action to reload.
Yep, as per usual.
Okay. At that point, it is Werewolf's turn. This guy's going to be like, dude, what the shit shot me? Apparently, he's the frat boy of the group. And go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then dashing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's his entire turn. This wolf is going to come over here, following Leovan, and is going to make another bite attack. It's a 7 plus 4, which is 11, which likely misses.
16.
This one next to Hagrid, once again, is going to make it a bite attack. 15 plus 4 is a 19.
Hits.
Hits. All right, so that is 1d8 plus 2. Does 3 piercing damage, and then I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
We're on me, right?
Hagrid, you.
Oh, sorry.
That one missed you.
Gotcha.
14.
Just like with Leovan, you begin to feel this sort of dark energy that tries to penetrate into your body through the bite wound. But after just quickly clutching your holy symbol, you were able to drive that force out, and you only take the 3 piercing damage from the bite. Once again, way to make your save. After the werewolves, we have Berlynn. And this whole mess of bloody corpses right outside the gate.
All right, I'm gonna run. Oh, maybe I'm not. If I can't move.
You can step over those corpses. It'll be the equivalent of rough terrain, so it's the cost of 2 squares.
Nah, I'm okay here.
Okay.
So I'll use hide action behind person, and that is like a 23.
Okay, you feel like you are hidden.
Okay, and I will attack the wolf. The lone wolf. Oh, rolled a 6. I don't think I'm going to make it.
No. Nope. If anything, you forgot the fact that Irina was in front of you and hit the back of her shield.
He has advantage when he's hidden.
He does, yeah, so roll with advantage.
Okay. Rolled a 9 there.
You really precisely hit the back of Irina's shield.
Just kind of grin sheepishly then, and I'll pass my turn.
Alright. Hagrid.
I am going to I'm going to once again attack that werewolf to the east of me, one in front of me, with my hand axe first.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that is a 23.
Hits so hard.
And 9 damage.
Okay, that one was number 5, yes? Or was that number 2? That was number 2. I don't know why I wrote 9, because that's the amount of damage he did. He is barely hanging on to life. Like, it is... You know, he cannot be closer to death. He just barely meets the qualifications for life.
All right, well, then I am going to use my bonus action to try and finish him off with some style. I am going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Spiritual Weapon, okay. That's not as fun as Reverse Gravity, but okay.
Reverse gravity. Is that even a thing?
It is a thing. It's a spell that reverses gravity.
It's like we just get sucked into space.
Alright, so when you cast a spell, you can make a melee spell attack for a creature within 5 feet of the weapon. So go ahead and denote where you want the spiritual weapon at.
I want it to appear right behind the werewolf that is in front of me.
Alright, so that means it'll take... So I'll have you roll an attack here and add your spell casting ability modifier.
Am I rolling to hit or for damage?
I believe this is rolling to hit. When you cast a spell, you make a melee spell attack.
Okay.
So it'd be d20 plus your
and then it says
attack modifier.
on a hit, the target takes force damage.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking critical fail.
Because you're flanking and this is a weapon you control, you pretty much have the upper hand. I would allow you to roll with advantage.
Okay, that is...
Don't
what
do
was
that.
my...
I believe your spell attack modifier is +6.
Well, it is. 19.
19 hits, so that's 1d8 plus 6, which you don't even need to roll because it did. And since you decided you want to do this with some panache, what kind of weapon did you want to use?
That would be a sai, as Demeter is a bit of an agriculturist.
All right, so as you just sit there and you swing with your axe and you sense that you're about to gain the upper hand, your Metal of Demeter begins to glow and raise up off of your chest. At this point, there's this glowing light scimitar or scythe begins twirling down from the heavens and lands right behind the werewolf. But due to the nature of the wind effects, it sliced right through, and now you have two halves of a werewolf sliced by a weapon of light.
Really good he got that thing back.
Yeah. I pretty much have realized we've brought the Monster Reaper with us. Like, if there was a boogeyman for monsters, that would be Hagrid.
Yeah. And then
is that because in every battle he's surrounded by corpses?
Yep.
So this little mark right here denotes your spiritual weapon. You can move that as a bonus action on your turns. Right. After that, the archers, who just, drooled a little bit from how awesome that was. What is left here? That archer to the south can't really attack anything.
You can't have the dude on the wheel? Is he too close to the fence?
He can't get that far forward because these are like tree stands.
Gotcha.
But the north archer, based off his height, should be able to hit the wolf. So we'll get one attack here. 7 plus 4 does not hit, unfortunately. So the archers are done. The paladins are up. Paladins are like, holy shit, that's cool. Why can't we do that? But they can't do anything. Lucian's up.
Okay. I guess really all I can do is attack this wolf that's next to me. Can I move here without anything happening?
Yeah, because you're within melee the entire time.
Okay. So I'm going to move there, and I'm going to attack the wolf with my Dagger of Flame Tongue.
Okay.
And that is a... let me double check what the... Yeah, so it's a 23 to hit.
It's so hard.
Okay. And then 8 damage.
Okay, that wolf bites the bullet.
Woo-hoo. And then I'm going to use the rest of my... Or I'm going to use my bonus action to dash and retrieve my dagger.
Yeah, you are now full up on daggers. Pikemen are up. Still can't do shit. Irina is up now and is because we just have those two now, she is going to cast Cure Wounds on herself to get 2d8 plus, that's 5, 6 plus 3. That will give her... I'm sorry, she's a fighter, not a paladin. She can't do that, so she's going to drink a potion of healing instead. That's 4, 8 plus 2,
Okay.
So that's
Drink
10.
it or not at all.
And there we go. That ends her turn. Aeus is up.
Alright. I want him to fly over me and grab me and drag my happy ass this way.
All right, go ahead and roll a athletics check to see if it picks you up fine.
13?
Yeah, it does it.
Alright. So we're gonna move. Like I said, we're moving here.
All right, bring Aeus with you.
Yep. There.
Always running away.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's my job.
Okay. And that brings us up to the top to the longest battle in game history at 5 rounds right now. Leovan.
I'm gonna stand my ground like a man.
Oh!
Hey. Must suck to be mortal human. I'm Feyborn.
Well, I'm an elf, so
Yeah, he is
Nope,
he
you
is
said a
from
man.
the Fae.
Nope.
I meant like, man, not human.
You know,
Yeah, so I'm gonna
one
shoot
that
at the
possesses
dude.
a big swinging dick.
Okay.
That. Shoot at the dude in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm rolling so many 10s. So 17.
Disadvantage because within 5
Oh,
feet.
right, disadvantage. Okay, something is wrong with my dice. That was a 10.
All right.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's rolling good.
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's working out.
Yeah, you hit.
Okay. 3 plus 4.
Okay.
And then one more time. A 13 and a 9, so 16.
Hits.
And a 7 plus 4.
7 plus 4 would be 11. There, and it has to use its reaction to make an attack of opportunity with its claw. It's a 12 plus a 4, so 16.
Okay. I'm a 16, yeah.
Yep, so that's 4, 8, 10 damage on the slice.
Ouch.
Yep. After that, it is Wolf's turn. Wolves can't go because they're all dead. Toni Pobar.
Alright. I'm shooting at fuckface again with Thundermonger.
Yep.
17?
Hit.
Alright. Nine plus 4, 13, 15 total.
All right. Hold on 1 second. That mofo dead.
Woohoo! Alright. Then I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over there. So I'm in line to shoot that guy if he doesn't die.
All right. That brings us to after Toni is werewolves. Werewolf is again going to make a bite attack on Leovan.
Please don't kill me.
That is a 21.
Goodness.
1d8, so that's 5 plus 2 is 7 damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
11.
You feel the dark energy. You try your best to ward against it, but unfortunately it slips through. You're not quite sure the effect that it has, but yeah, you fail the save.
Getting hurt like a bitch.
Hurt like a man.
That ends the werewolf's turn. Berlynn. Do some Berlynn things.
Let us...
There was a firefight.
My computer's freaking out and not doing things. But, oh, that works perfect.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going to try to hide.
Okay.
And that is 16.
Okay. Yeah. Do you feel like you're hidden? Let's see what happens.
Shooting at the wolf, or the werewolf.
Okay.
That is a 13.
13 normally would hit, but because it is under half cover, it unfortunately doesn't hit.
Okay.
Yep. So you sit there, it's like, damn, that should have hit. What happened? And then you realize, oh, there's somebody standing in front of me.
All right. So that's all I can do then for my turn.
All right, Hagrid. If you cast Cure Wounds on the wagon, I'm going to kill you.
I'll do it.
Would it work on the wagon?
No.
I'll fix the wagon after the firefight's over while you guys are talking to guards and shit.
If I were to move to where the dead wolf is, that's between the wagon and the gate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'd be in melee range.
So would I have any disadvantage from a melee attack on that one werewolf?
No, I think the worst thing that would happen is you might stun your boots. My other guess is if you had to do an acrobatics check, you might have disadvantage there just because you have less stable ground, but honestly, when has that come into play on this battle?
Alright.
Logic says the Goliath should be able to, what's it called? Teabag a wolf.
Alright, I'm going to make a hand axe attack against that werewolf.
Okay.
That is a 3.
It hit so hard. Like, that shit was cray.
And 8 damage.
Well, Dan, tell me, how do you want to do this? That is the battle-ending strike.
Disembowelment.
Okay. You're really testing the limits of my descriptive abilities. Instead of normally chopping down at with your hand axe using the full might, you recognize exactly what's going on, and with a hand axe in both hands, you just have a simple cross slash with the left arm higher than the right. At that point, the wolf begins to look down, its werewolf hands going over to its entrails, and it begins to pull out pieces of its own intestine in disbelief. At that point, his arms go limp, his entrails fall to the ground just slightly before the rest of his body, and there he is, a soon-to-be decomposing mess. At this point, you guys, take stock of everything, recognize that a couple of the wheels have been chipped pretty good. The horses, which were on this side, appear to have run away a little bit, doing that whole horse, getting spooked thing. But also, can we sit there and see how good the skirt was? Like, you drifted a wagon.
Without hitting the wall.
Yes. But that marks the end of the battle. At least so you believe. Irina just kind of looks at you guys and is like, all right, so that's why you guys do that. That was pretty cool.
All right. I'm moving up here with everybody else.
About time.
Man, look at that pile of fucking corpses.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe how spread out they started and how close together they all died.
Except for mine.
That was pretty impressive, guys. That went way better than I thought it was going to go, especially when the action economy so greatly was against you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in kind of rough shape.
That blanket of thorns.
Also, Leovan, you might have saved somebody from dying in your party based off of casting Spike Growth.
Nice.
You may have very well saved yourself as well.
I could pretty much guarantee that he did.
Yep. So,
hey guys, is this an appropriate stopping point? I've got to run off somewhere.
It is. We can always pick up next week on that stuff.
Yep.
We would probably have to go later in the day because I'm covering a swimming tournament until about 5 p.m. my time.
Okay.
I could do that next Sunday.
Yep. So Sunday, let's plan on
Next
6
Sunday.
p.m. time.
What?
Yep.
I'm
That sounds good.
Oh, maybe not next Sunday. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, we'll do the whole stuff. It's just from what I understand,
I'm
5
not doing
o'clock.
no stupid party.
I'll be on Sunday.
Okay.
You're having a party for my son. Where are you doing it at? You're an idiot.
Yep.
So it looks like next Sunday is off for me.
All right. Well, if we don't have enough people, this is enough for us to say it's okay to take an off week once because we know it's not going to be a recurring thing.
I am also not going to be in town next weekend.
Right.
That will mean that we're potentially down 2, so Darren would have to show up if we're going to play.
So should we just safely assume next week's a bye week?
It's probably going to wind up being a bye week, but I'll let you guys know for sure during the week.
Yeah, if you guys need to schedule something next week, don't feel bad because we can deal with the bye week. We're getting pretty good rolling right now.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yep.
All right. So stopping point it is.
Yep.
Cool. I will catch you all later.
All right. Take it easy.
We'll see you.
See you, Phil.
Here.
Well, guys, that was a pretty cool battle.
That was a lot of death.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And thanks to everybody to, suffering through another episode of Jaygeons and Dragclarks. As always, my name's Jay Clark, and I like to make fake ads.
Woohoo. You like to force me to do fake ads. That's what you like to do.
In other words, I'm Jay Clark, and fuck Loot Crate. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for making time, guys. I'm glad we were able to throw in a session on what is usually an off day for us. So, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this by far was, I think, the first super challenging battle I threw at you guys, and your ability to do, control the battlefield and force them to go around that spike growth, or take damage. Scott, that was the move of the battle to start it off.
Yeah.
Scott set
Seriously.
the tone.
That was as equitable as a contribution in battle as my dad murdering 5 of those things with turned undead that first time.
Yeah.
It was big time, especially that one wolf that was so dumb it ran through the whole thing and died.
I'm gonna go through and I'm dead.
It hurts. I gotta keep. It hurts.
Just sitting there.
Yeah, no.
That one, that battle was really tough because of the way. So part of where spike growth was made it hard for me to move around and be, Lucien really during that fight. So that was a really challenging battle for me personally to figure out where to put myself to be in a better spot for the next turn.
Well,
and it almost never worked.
That I thought was the cool part was one is you'll sit there and there's a narrative driven reason why that battle occurred there, because that's one I made up. That wasn't in the book at all.
Well, I think that's a good place for it, actually. Felt like it belonged.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
So that one, and then you'll see next week why I chose those specific enemies.
Sure.
And the one thing I sat there and was you guys realize that you literally had your backs against the wall. And if you sat there and put any obstacle, the negatives definitely were outweighed by the positives. This was the smartest battle you guys had, and I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're Tony Pobar, then your back is never against a wall.
I've got a few ways to deal with how you use Deus.
To run
Every
away.
battle from now on will have a ceiling.
Yep.
No, it's not every battle. It's just if you sit there and only have one tactic, eventually people are going to learn. But let's also remember the rule. Yeah, my rules of combat is 1, there has to be a purpose. You'll find out the purpose soon. It has to have a tactical decision that you guys need to make, and you guys made it well. And 3, and this is the one that you guys have to decide for me. I can't decide for you. Did you feel heroic winning that battle?
Mm.
And if those 3 things don't get added up, I think it wasn't a valuable encounter.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think with just where I landed in the initiative roll versus where Aes was, I couldn't do what I wanted to do, so I had to tweak it.
Yeah. Because I think that's just going to be the simplest way for that is if you don't have Aes out, he's just going to go at the end of the initiative stack.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got to try to be more mindful of
His
maintaining,
existence.
Aes's existence.
Well, I also think with that is part of it is that you guys were in a finite amount of space. You're in a full wagon. If you took out Aes, where was he going to go?
Hey, he could always have flown behind us.
He could have, yes, but at the point when we sat there and went through the skills challenge to see what you could do to change the battle, unfortunately, this wasn't one of the options that you guys chose.
So yet again, I had awful initiative, and it really wasn't a big deal, except for the fact that I was going after those archers, and there were at least 2 times that I can think of off the top of my head where they eliminated what was going to be probably a 2-kill action for me.
Yes. Yeah. Like, I sat there and was like, I put all this stuff out, and I was like, man, and I saw what you did. It's like, wow, 4 of the 6 NPCs I just gave you are now worthless. Because their entire goal is just protect the gate.
Right, yeah. Because I know, when Berlynn had that wolf right in front or right next to her, I was gonna use disengage to move between the wolf and the werewolf, kill the wolf likely with the opportunist strike, and then use my bonus action to hit that werewolf that my dad wound up killing the next time around.
Yeah, that was first of all, guys. That out of all the build, this one was by far the coolest. The second coolest, I think, was the one that we had to go around the embassy and then run away until you could get your weapons and then finally take the fight to them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a fun mechanic too. It felt very tense while we were running. I thought this was a fun session in general. RPing Drunk Lucien was very, very fun. And then having the traveling and the prophecies from the seer, and then a really large scale battle was really cool.
Yeah.
Almost 2 very large scale battles.
Yeah.
Would have been interesting to go up against 22 of those idiots back. Yeah.
Oh yeah. The Vistiani. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you did that, I was gonna be so pissed because I had to draw another map that I wasn't planning on drawing.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not sure if they're gonna have I was just trying to think,
the ability.
are they gonna have stat blocks where we can kill 22 of these fuckers?
Their stat blocks are based off of bandit and bandit leaders.
Bandit and bandit leader.
Yep. So that's I had the ability to draw it up. I would have forced you guys to take a 10-minute recess as I set up the map.
Yeah.
So, the question is, how do other party members feel about having Aes move you into tactical positions at your discretion?
Well, since I'm probably too big for him to lift anyway, I don't really think I can weigh in on this. Weigh in.
That's funny.
But as for Corey, Scott?
I mean, for my purposes, it probably wouldn't wind up doing much, just because my goal in combat is to get behind enemies that are right next to other party members, and then to move just a little bit away from them, so that way if they move, they trigger an attack of opportunity from my teammate. So like I don't really need to be moved farther than I can go, especially since I have the cunning action. So I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think the main thing would just be getting away from when I'm about to die.
Right.
But because like normally, like I'm good with ranged, and I also have a like melee bonus. So
well, that's
I don't know if I have a
keep in mind is AS can be our escape route when we get close to death for D-Lighter players.
Yeah, I mean, like that last turn, if there was one more turn, I might have needed an escape because I was getting low.
Yeah. How much health did you have left?
Really?
17.
Oh, you're fine.
Well,
the max damage they could have done was 10.
What were you trying to say, Dan?
Since I'm not really capable of keeping track of how badly everyone may be condition-wise, everyone in the party just needs to say something, and I do have a number of spells that I can use that will assist and protect party members during a battle.
Yeah, and he also has Cure Wounds that he can cast at
Well, I can cast a bunch of other ones that are maybe not that won't work that way. They'll boost your armor class. They'll do
Field of
things that I don't have to actually get to you in order to enact. I can just cast it from a distance.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is we need to work on in-combat communication of the situation.
I mean, part of it is the fog of war that when you guys do that, it does make it very, very good. And the fact that you're not trying to pull the party and see what you should do, because you shouldn't be. You got 6 seconds to figure all that out. But I mean, you can sit there, and I usually sit there and say, if you talk too much, I start charging you actions. Like if you're talking to another character and you use less than 6 words, free action. If you use like 15 to 20, there's your bonus action gone. If you like speak in a paragraph, your turn's done.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking, is just making it succinct. Like, if you know you're getting low on HP, just be like, holler out.
Hagrid, help!
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you really have to do is...
Help! Yeah, I was just about to make that reference, too.
Something like that, yeah.
You know, because your character, as themselves, would understand when they're starting to get a little beat to shit.
Yeah. Dude, but that one, that was probably the coolest encounter I've seen.
Yeah. But I mean, that's only so far. We still have a lot to go.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm glad that it's the coolest one we've seen so far, because that means that we're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, I think Scott definitely earned MVP of the match.
Oh, definitely.
Oh my god, that would be a cool, like, traveling award for you guys to have.
MVP.
Somebody always has the gold belt.
Yeah. There's just like some little thing that we carry around them. you guys in game just have an MVP belt that you guys rotate around.
That would be funny. We'll see if we can buy one in this city. We need a special belt made.
There's actually a couple of people who are craftsmen, so they might be able to help you out, but I don't know for sure if they can.
Is Vallaki going to be... I mean, it looks huge looking at the map, especially compared to Barovia. So is there going to be, like, services and stuff here as we're more closely accustomed to in Acre?
Yes.
Okay.
Not as many options, but you will have a great number of services.
Okay. Cool.
Well, that's good.
I'm interested to get back to Acre and see what that hand axe is going to wind up being for Hagrid that I bought.
It's even still there.
Use of a 5-ball drop for an error. The sacrifice fly is only credited the official score of leads that run.
Watch, the damn thing's just missing when we get back. Oh yeah, I sold that. I forgot why I had it.
And thus started a detective sequence to find the lost hand axe.
Wouldn't be the first guy I punched in the face.
Oh, that was great today as well.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to going back and listening to that.
that one was dicey. I'm just sitting there trying to sit there and not say the words. All right, you guys need to give me 10 minutes.
Hey, that was good on everybody for instigating and negating a situation at the same time.
Yeah.
We found peaceful resolution by using violence.
Which
Before I even realized I was saying it, I guess right after that, I realized that I myself was physically angered. And I'm really like, starting to tremble a little because I really want to kill that guy. It just manifested itself in the character, I guess.
the immersion is real.
I respect the hell out of it.
He put himself so much in the game, he actually got the murder shakes.
Oh my god, in his EA Sports, if it's in the game, it's in the game.
That's great.
You're like, Hagrid, something's missing, you just don't know what.
The one thing he should always know is there or not. Doesn't even notice it's missing.
I help him look through his pack. Oh, man.
That's one of the great things is we have such a good group dynamic. It makes playing enjoyable.
That was hilarious. Yeah. That was great.
That was.
Oh. This one might be a GM story eventually.